Should be starting up relatively soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on up. Go ahead and same ground rules like usual. If you have a replay you want to see cast, go ahead and post a link, preferably Games Replay link to it in the chat. If you believe the chat automatically stopped it, please go ahead and post another chat saying, hey, I think my chat got blocked, and that way I can view it, unblock it, and or view the link. Thumbnail's up to date. And there we go. Rumble's up to date. The Twitch going, Rumble's going. I think everything's going here. Let me just double check my other computer. And it appears that everything is going good in my other computer as well. Yep, that's properly viewing. Perfect. So, let's go ahead and get started. Got, of course, a handful of replays. Did I already do this one? One moment. I think I may have already played. Nope, I have not. With so many replays, usually at the end of the day, I tend to forget to delete the replay I just finished because I'm usually a little bit tired or have to use the restroom. And so I always miss deleting a replay once I'm done casting it. So let's go and just do this one. I don't need... Oh, I hit auto match, that's what happened. Hit the wrong button. Great way to start off the day, isn't it? And I need to turn on my other light. Another moment. Press any key. What's the any key? You'd be surprised how many times that actually legitimately pops up in life. I work IT support, and I've met some people who are not the smartest people out there. And they have PhDs. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn bottom left side as, or the bottom side as the Panzer Elite player, we have Noob. Spawn north side as the US player, we have Net T4. Howdy. Got any good replays for me today? In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and focus on this replay.
We await your command.
Got a bit of hostility immediately. Well, let's see how well it goes, shall we?
Ready.
Kenincrad advancing up north. We do have the barracks blowing out. I'm guessing riflemen, not jeep. And it's a jeep. I always guess wrong. Well, guess we could. Do you think he was a map hacker? Engineers advancing on forward. We do have these engineers captured this point. Field point has been captured on up. Got the Kenincrad and the Panzergrenadiers advancing on forward. And the Jeep has now been put on the field. I mean, in theory, we can turn on a Fog of War. I don't know why. This map always gives me lag spikes everywhere I got upgraded my hard drive. I don't know why. This map in particular, 2v2 maps work fine, 1v1 maps work fine, but this map always causes a little lag spikes. The community is undivided on this guy. He says he streams, but that is not guaranteed. He doesn't map hack. Well, I guess we can always try viewing the Fog War and see what it's going for. The Jeep is charging forward. It's pretty. Let's go straight for this Kenincrad. Grenadiers do get some damage there. Now driving on by. And in Company Heroes 1, you can't exactly follow the map movement, can you? Cinematic mode. Oh god. Not that. Taskbar just to hide stuff, so you can't really view the follow stuff. Wait, did that cinematic mode? I can't zoom out the way, can I? Did cinematic mode break? No, seriously, I can't zoom out any more than that. Okay, I think cinematic mode tends to make you really zoomed in. Oh god. The Jeep, for example, you make two cats as soon as he finishes harassing one, goes across the map directly to the other one. Yep. So yeah, and I don't really want to reset the replay. We do now. The Kaliningrad receiving a bit of damage there. I suppose it's just started the replay. Maybe I should just go ahead and reset the replay. Sorry about that. I don't. It's way too early in the game to have zoom in like that. There we go. That's much better. Sorry. Let's go and just fast forward a little bit. Oh, camouflage ability immediately enabled. Not bad.
The objective is ours.
Let's fast forward a little bit here. G43 Sportsman upgraded. Kaliningrad making its way down south. And I've got this Kaliningrad receiving a fire there.
Objective captured.
Yep. And he just moves around. Sure, he went after this fuel point early, but it's a relatively safe assumption that that stuff can happen. Can be explained by just constantly playing the game a little bit. Here we go. Oh, I fast forward a little bit too much there. Kaliningrad moving around, receiving a bit of damage from the Jeep now. Got the Panzer Grenadiers engaging the Jeep. Getting some damage there. Rifleman squad advancing on forward. Over here, the engineer squad is receiving a bit of damage. And the Jeep is moving around. Got this Rifleman squad advancing on forward. Over here, Panzer Grenadiers engaging the engineers at long range. Perhaps could capture that point while in combat. The engineers may not be able to reach that far. Kaliningrad now receiving a bit of fire there. Let's go and capture the munitions point while under the cap. Or under fire from the engineers. And some damage there onto that engineer. Enemies have destroyed one of the Kampfgruppe sensors, so he does lose that Kaliningrad right there, trying to go for the cutoff point. Rifleman squad is now advancing on forward. And you mentioned beforehand, you think he's map hacking, so right now this is what he sees. Jeep, of course, can spot quite a bit. Panzer Grenadiers trying to get some hits there on this engineer squad. Engineers also backing off behind the HQ. And Panzer Grenadier does fall back there. These Panzer Grenadiers getting hit by multiple angles, so he did use suppressive fire ability there with the G43 squad. Yeah, this... I don't know why. This map always causes lag spikes. I have no idea why.
It's all good. Objective secured.
Kaliningrad does receive a bit of fire there. Jeep roaming around, and this is what he sees down south. We do now have the Kampfgruppe company down below on the field. Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. Riflemen are engaged behind some light cover, though he is not actually engaging. The line sight blocker of this bush is preventing him from actually engaging. Jeeps, for example, next examples with the M8 and then the snipers. They always on the opposite sides of the map with the counter my units.
Riflemen, form up.
Oh, there's no M8 nor support weapons in it just yet. You got a triage that has one on field. Jeep advancing forward, trying to get some damage on these Panzer Grenadiers. Does get an engine crit there. Does take out the Kaliningrad.
Ready to go.
Rifleman squad has a bit of fire there.
We've got the point.
Up here, we've got these Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. There's currently 5 Panzer Grenadiers on the field, 3 riflemen, one of them severely wounded.
We are losing a sector.
Over here, this Rifleman squad is capturing the munitions point. Supply yard now being deployed on out. Does have a triage here for healing, though this Rifleman squad desperately needs to get back in that healing radius. Let's see. This is what he sees at the moment. He does see the Panzer Grenadiers, of course, decapturing the point. Engineers are right there. Munitions point being captured on up. And now I do got this fresh Kaliningrad on the field. Panzer Grenadiers advance forwards. No handoff there, just trying to engage the rifleman at that munitions point. It is quite wounded there. Jeep is in a good position there to provide some good fire support. This rifleman squad does fall back with one model going down. Kaliningrad is currently camouflaged there. Rifle Jeep is advancing on forward. Here's what he sees. He does spot the Kaliningrad. It may have been camouflaged there, and it's just sort of charging
Observation post
forward,
report, we are losing a sector.
but not engaging anything. We got another half-track to put on the field. This is the infantry half-track, able to provide a good mounted play style as well as some suppression. No Panzerjäger command out in the field.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
Engineers, saddle up.
Rifleman squad advancing forward. We got the Panzergrenadiers trying to get some
Munitions
damage onto the
point under
riflemen.
attack.
Listen up, rifle squad.
Kaliningrad is seeing some damage there.
Gun building here.
And it's going to take time to repair up the Kaliningrad.
Repairs complete.
Motorpool has been pulled on the field. This is what he sees with the Jeep. The Jeep does see a good radius there. Does spot the infantry half track. Trying to engage the Panzergrenadiers, eyeing to. Well, they did decap some point there. Does press down this rifleman squad.
Receiving fire!
Got this Panzergrenadier and the half track starting to advance on forward. This rifle squad is advancing to this heavy cover. Greyhound's almost out on the field. It does fall back
We're losing
there.
a fuel
You
sector.
notice a handful of forces here, and you see the Kaliningrad decapturing this fuel point now.
We finished construction.
And the Jeep is eyeing to respawn over this region.
Armored car deployed.
Heavy recon.
You got a medic station deployed on the field, as well as a Greyhound with armor skirts and a 50 cal.
Base is under attack.
The 4th Ground Forces eyeing to decapture this point. Panzergrenadier squad behind some light cover here. I've got these 3 rifle squads advance forward. Let's go to this engineer point there, trying to get that cutoff point. Looks like he will be successful. G43 squad does fall
Supply
back
lines
there.
are broken. We have territory cut off
M8
from
with
supply.
the armor skirts have been upgraded. 50 cals almost the way. Jeep engaging fighting along the rifle squads. Greyhound advancing forward. You got, of course, got an infantry half track there, but don't see any anti-vehicle
Base
assets
is
at the moment.
taking fire.
So the Greyhound can push forward with being a bit more aggressive there. G43 squad will see quite a bit of fire there. Needs to fall back. Does fall back now. Engineer squad does fall back as well. Kaliningrad trying to capture that cutoff point there. It's got the G43 squads and Luftwaffe ground forces here. Does get a good hit there onto the Luftwaffe squad. Trying to either reinforce it. Could mount it up in the back. Trying to repair up the half-track in combat. Good hit there onto the Panzergrenadier squad. Does fully clear all of that G43 squad. Could have perhaps put in the back there. Oh, I heard a landmine detonation somewhere. Greyhounds advancing forward with the 50 cal. One of the rifle squads was suppressed there. And now we do got a light T half track deployed on the field. He does find a landmine there, so that's what the landmine detonation was. The Greyhound can back off from that region. The rifle squads are falling on back. This is what you currently see at the moment. Of course, he has a lot
Enemies
less
after
income
our
at the moment, thanks to this cutoff point being denied for quite some time. He does have this medic falling on back. Or not
Supply
necessarily
lines are
medic
broken.
falling on back, but
We
trying to
have
carry back a
territory out of
casualty.
supply.
And looks like half-track's trying to advance forward and gun him down. One casualty is recovered. He may get the second one here with this medic. Other medic. And coming back out the region. The half-track damage has been repaired on up. Luftwaffe ground forces eyeing to lay down some barbed wire.
There.
We now got the Jeep and AT gun up on field. He's starting to advance on forward. And the Luftwaffe squad is seeing a bit of fire. The light AT half track is way over here. And starting to advance on forward. Honestly,
Tally-ho,
We're good to go.
this is more or less a bad play to bring over the light T half track in this region. It does provide the half track some good fire support, but he does advance forward through the front of his base.
Engineer
Kaliningrad eyeing
lost.
to capture up this point there, but does take out that engineer squad.
Ready for battle. Enemy troops right from
G43 squads are advancing forward, trying to engage this rifleman, trying to decapture the central VP. AT gun and Greyhounds advancing over here. it makes sense he's going to set them up over this region since he saw the light vehicles in this region beforehand and has not been able to respot them rotating around.
Rifle squad, on me!
Panzer Grenadier squad's advancing forward, trying to engage the rifleman. He does spot the half track there. Does receive some fire. AT gun trying to rotate around, trying to engage it. Light AT half track is right there, firing away. Let's get some good hits there onto the half track. Greyhound does not receive a hit there, skirmishing around long range, and now got their engineer squad falling on back. Level 1 production has been researched.
We're
As
losing
Grenadiers
ground
kept
out
at this
there.
point here.
Where we
And the
at?
Greyhound is playing around this building here, trying to use it as cover to prevent the light half track from getting shots on off. Light half track is currently backing off the wrong direction. Jeep is advancing on forward.
Ready for another beating.
And the Jeep does spot the light half track. Does receive a pin there from the Jeep onto the Jeep, and does get a destroyed crit there, and will start pegging down that Jeep there, getting fully immobilized. Greyhound's now eventually one. Jeep goes
knocked
down.
out.
AT gun setting on up, getting some good shots down the light half track. And now they've got the Luftwaffe squad falling on back.
Enemy unit down.
It does take out the Luftwaffe squad entirely. You know, if you've got this rifle squads and the engineer advancing on forward. You now have a mortar half track deployed out on the field, which is currently right there, trying to get some rounds on this rifleman. Infantry half track starting to make its way forward, trying to engage this rifleman squad. Greyhounds this region, ready to protect these riflemen from any sort of advance. And the Kenigrata is camouflaging around, trying to capture some points and spot some stuff. Rifle squad now receiving some fire from the infantry half track. Greyhounds not exactly responding all too quickly. There's getting some pressure down the rifle squad. And he's going for bar research right now, not sticky bombs. Mortar half track still in this region. Do got the Kenigrad spotting for the mortar half track, and do now have this light half track way over here. Greyhound skirmishing around, starting to fall on back. An AT gun in this region. There's a landmine there. I'm not sure how much rounds that rifleman took. It looks like he is avoiding the mortar half track barrage. Another M1 AT gun now has been put on the field. As Grenadiers designed to suppress down the rifleman squad. I got this rifleman squad capture this fuel point.
Construction detail.
AT gun and Greyhound set up in a good defensive position there. And it looks like he's just falling back a little bit. The Greyhound may be eyeing to advance this region. Has its rear armor exposed
Losing
now.
a munitions point.
Squad ready.
And over here, the rifleman squad trying to capture this fuel point now. G43 squads could be able to suppress it and quickly force him back, but it's receiving just a lot of fire in general. Not behind any light cover right now for those Panzer Grenadiers. Got this engineer over here, and the other G43 squad eyeing to capture that fuel point. Does use suppressive fire ability there, forcing back the rifleman squad.
Construction finished.
And these rifleman squads now advance forward. There is a landmine right there, not currently swept by the Kenigrad. Light half track and the Luftwaffe squad and the infantry half track are now rotating around. AT gun still in this region. This AT gun in looks like trying to destroy those hedges there in order for faster movement into this region. Rifleman doing inside that region there. Greyhound does find shots there onto the Panzer Grenadier. The rifleman squad does abandon that garrison now.
Building complete.
Looks like this landmine will be spotted soon. Yes, it does, leaving one
We're
model
losing a point
remaining.
out there.
Trying to crawl back towards the infantry half track to get reinforcements. Looks like he's fully withdrawing it now.
Ready for orders.
AT gun firing shots over there. The AT gun does spot that stuff. And we do got more shots in this hedge line there, trying to eliminate it. For these trees. This force starting advancing forward. Greyhound's ready here to support. We do have the light AT track in this region.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down? They're firing on us!
Panzer Grenadiers are now receiving a bit of fire there. Engineers advancing on forward. We got those mortar half track ready. Fire some rounds here. Does get some damage there onto the engineers. We got the fresh U.S. sniper squad on the field. Has not been properly rallied towards the field as well. Kaliningrad trying to back on off. Will be spotted by the rifleman squad. And the rifleman squad were not in attack to move forward. Does get damage and crit there before re-camouflage there. Medics charging on forward. Kaliningrad could be save, but he does blow up his own Kaliningrad without mortar.
What say we lock it down?
What do you need? Ready to die?
Like
Just
mechanized
make
here.
it count.
Sniper getting a shot there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Greyhound advancing forward. Got an AT gun here. Landmine there. Does get a hit there onto the light TF track. Greyhound's advancing forward. Will spot these forces. He knows that the light TF track was in this region, a bit wounded, so is able to advance forward in this region a little bit more safely. Over here, another Kaliningrad, or the same? Yeah, definitely the other Kaliningrad, because the other one was blown up here. Panzer Grenadiers getting some damage there on the riflemen. See a bit of damage there now. We do got this infantry track. We're seeing some fire there. We do have the light TF track not fully repaired or repaired at all. Greyhound in the region not advancing forward. Sniper is advancing forward as well. That is a US landmine. Let's find a shot there. Greyhound's able to absorb fire as well. Light TF track now advancing over in that flank. Light TF track is advancing forward, trying to get some shots there onto the Greyhound. Let's get the short engine quick there. That's going to start pinging away, but the light TF track is severely wounded. If the Greyhound were to retarget towards the light TF track, the light TF track would quickly go down. Does get an excellent landmine detonation there. Damage and crit there by the mortar half track. Does get another good hit there. Main gun destroyed there from the mortar half track, and does get destroyed by the light ATF track. But does go down in return by the M1 AT gun. Tank depot now being employed on the field. Currently not deploying anything just yet. Pretty close to a Hellcat / M10. Now let's see what the Wehrmacht player or the Pennsylvania player has. Camp Group Company, Jenseriger Command, bunch of stuff. Has all the structures ready for the Panther research. Not sure if he has the Panther research just yet. Oh no, he does have the Panther research. It's on the build queue. Or on the command cards. Engineers do see the damage there and does get wiped out by the Panzer Grenadiers. The VPs are very similar, 406 to 411. So ever so slight advantage for the Panzer Elite player.
Listen up, Rifle Squad.
Rifleman squad's pushing the flank once again. We got this mortar half track, could receive some fire there. He may have sticky bomb research, but I don't believe so. Now got this Panzer Grenadier squad advancing forward, gains some good damage there onto the AT gun. We've got another AT gun deployed on the field. We've got two snipers now on the field. They're starting to advance forward. One of them's at 4 kills. Grenadiers advancing on forward. Let's get a good shot there. Medics charging forward as well. Medic will make it to this casualty. Oh, on the right side. Doesn't know about those Panzer Grenadiers. The mortar half track and infantry half track are in this region. AT guns set up on a very defensive position right now. Now I do got a fresh Hellcat on the build queue as well. I hear some sniper shots over here. Getting some good hits there on the Luftwaffe squad.
We got ground infantry.
Hellcat, ready to roll.
Enemy
And the Luftwaffe
unit
squad
down.
does go down now. Over here, Hellcat's pushing way forward. The Kaliningrad may be able to spot all this. Kaliningrad does camouflage away there. Rifleman squad getting some rounds onto the mortar half-track. And now do got the Panthers now deployed on the field. The Panthers should be a good item for that singular Hellcat.
Ready to die? Just
Infantry half-track may get some suppression there on the Rifleman squad. I don't... There's Sticky Bomb research now. It's great hits on the Rifleman squads. The Panzer League player is playing a little bit defensive, worried about Sticky Bombs being thrown. Literally realized he does not have Sticky Bomb research just yet. Panzer Grenadier squad here gains good damage there on the Rifleman squad, but the Panzer Grenadier squad itself will need to fall back sooner rather than later.
munitions depot is ours. Got ground activity over here.
Panzer Grenadiers gains good damage there on the Rifleman. More Rifleman squad on the field. No additional Hell capping research just
Troops
yet.
can now make sticky bombs.
Ammo dump secured.
And sticky bombs are now available. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, trying to capture some sectors.
Munitions point under attack.
Squad, reinforced. Taking fire.
Hellcat starts pushing way forward. Of course, there's still this landmine here.
Angular here.
AT-guns just firing some shots. I think he's just trying to destroy the structure there. Panther may find this landmine there. It does find a shot onto the Hellcat. AT-gun does roll up bounce there. That landmine could actually get two Panthers if they're too close to each other. Shots on the Panthers. If this, it does get both the Panthers there with that landmine. Panthers are trying to slowly walk away. Focus on the Hellcat. A quick 1-2 punch does destroy the gun of the Hellcat. Doesn't destroy the Hellcat. So the Allied player has still not selected Doctrine just yet. And Rifleman squads receiving quite a bit of fire there. And now we do got these. Force does get a sticky bomb there. Trying to receive some repairs from the Luftwaffe squad. And the Rifleman squad does fall back now. As Grenadier squad does fall back now. AT-guns advance forward. We've got these two snipers also advancing forward as well. And Incendiary Mortar does connect, but does miss the AT-guns. Rifleman squads are seeing some more shots there. The Incendiary Mortar does destroy, damage the engine of the Kaliningrad, even though it has nearly full health.
Enemy unit down.
Rifleman squad coming for a flank. Does not get a sticky bomb off any of those forces. That Rifleman squad does fall back now. Medic making his way forward, trying to cover casualty. That one's on fire. The other casualty may have already expired. Oh, that burning corpse lasts a long time. We're half-track trying to bombard the last known position of that AT gun. Panthers are seeing a good amount of repairs. Still, both of them had their engine damaged. The Panzer Grenadiers could perhaps quickly try to repair them up. Hellcat pushed way forward. That is a same Hellcat there. Panther does get a shot there. Now going for a Flak 88. This Panther's engine still damaged, so is this one here. Flak 88 maybe not really necessary at this point in time. He's only fighting against a single Hellcat. Snipers could get some shots over here. Mortar half-track see a bit of fire there. And the sniper's now falling back away from mortar half-track. Black 88 does roll a miss there. Engineers setting up a landmine.
Initiating defensive operations.
Ooh, did that landmine get destroyed? Nope, it did not. I saw the +2 there. The landmine's still there. I'm not exactly sure what that +2 was from. We now have infantry doctrine deployed on the field. I think it's going for a M2 sooner rather than later. Second Hellcat is deployed on the field. Does suppress down one of these rifleman squads. Rifleman squads are to advance on forward.
The regiment has heavy infantry reserves.
Does able to spot a lot of this stuff, but we may go for a squad of Rangers. And then does get a good hit down on the rifleman squads. This rifleman squad, both rifleman squads are falling him back now. That's what the sniper there does get a shot down the Luftwaffe squad. Those snipers do fire a shot there. Does take out the Captain Brad. They're a bit too close to those snipers. Trying to face on forward, trying to get some shots on off. And right now the Panther is doing some repairs. He's eyeing to gauge some of these forces. Does get a shot on this Panther Grenadier. Incendiary Mortar does connect, does decide to fully withdraw them to brave the fire. And this rifleman squad is now withdrawing. Does find out a second landmine there. Hellcat is getting a good shot. Multiple deadly hits there on that Panther. It's down to minimal health. Black 88 does roll a miss there. Other Panthers trying to advance them forward. May see some sticky bombs with the other Panther as well. Hellcat does find a shot there on the Panther Grenadier. Panther still pretty far from being repaired. Got 2 out on the field. Got a pair of sticky bombs onto the Panthers. Getting a lot of damage after getting also it fully immobilized. One Panther Grenadier squad does fall back. May still get wiped out. Does get wiped out. A gun shot does connect with the Panther, but does bounce. He needs a penetrating shot there in order to get the kill. Panther Grenadier squad does get wiped out by the sniper. 2 more sticky bombs on this Panther that could kill it off. Does kill it off right there. Do not got the 2 evades forward, trying to get some damage on in. Rifleman squads evades forward, trying to get some shots there onto the Panther, trying to craft those sticky bomb. Sticky bomb does connect. It may or may not get the kill. Does not get the kill there. Destroyed instant crit. And does get a direct hit there. And that is the end of the replay. This ended great saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Honestly, looking at that replay, I do not believe it was map hacking. Everything seemed can be reasonably explained with a lot of those movements. Sorry, I had to alt tab. I realized one source that can cause lag spikes if I have my preview enabled. Hopefully that'll help reduce those lag spikes. Let's see now. Let's go and do a 2v2. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Couple Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Wehrmacht player, we have Chiron, or Chon. Spawn as teammate as the Wehrmacht player, we have Gusog. Spawn on top of the right side as the British forces, we have Miffy. And as the US forces, we have lost the sight.
Pioneers here.
Pioneers charge on forward, trying to perhaps get inside this garrison to deny it from this infantry section squad. This infantry section squad is trying to advance on forward. We're going to go for our Wehrmacht quarters, trying to quickly try and build it on up. Pioneers will have a bit of trouble trying to force back these infantry section. Dugo's got a barracks deployed on the field and likely a rifleman or jeep being deployed on out. Pioneers going pretty far and deep. Capturing this point will help prevent his opponent from actually securing it with an HQ because it takes time to decapture a point. Cutoff point has now been captured on up, and now these Pioneers are trying to capture some more sectors. Pioneers do receive a bit of fire there, trying to fall back into this garrison now, trying to hold the line until his first of Volkswagens get pulled on the field. Or MG42. Pioneers now firing away. This Pioneer squad could advance forward to get some damage in as well. Maybe a good idea to actually attack rather than capture these points. Going for the fuel point there, maybe trying to prevent that HQ command truck to advance forward and secure the sector. Each section now seeing a bit of fire there. And it does manage to take out one of the Pioneer models. Pioneer squad's about to get wiped on out. Does get out of the garrison and does full withdrawal from the region.
Over here.
Viewpoint has been captured there. And the British HQ command truck is not eyeing to quickly deploy out to the front line. Unscoped rifle squads are trying to phase forward, trying to help provide some good fire support. Now we do got the MG42 advancing on forward, maybe trying to get behind some of this light cover to help secure this fuel point. Rifleman squad now advancing on forward, trying to get some shots on in. We do now have the Bren carrier being deployed out on the field. We do have this Jeep making its way forward, getting some damage there on the Pioneer. Now the mission point stop being captured on up. Bren carrier now moving around the flanks. Volkswagen is trying to get some damage onto it as well. Over here, you got a Wehrmacht sniper being deployed on the field. And this Pioneer is receiving a bit of fire there. Going pretty aggressive right there. Jeep is also not yet advanced. So this is going to be very, very hard on this Wehrmacht player getting double teamed like this by these light vehicles. It's going out for another Volksgrenadiers now, which makes sense. Actuality, that's not a double team. This is Green is his teammate. Blue is the one we currently have selected and viewed. H42 has rotated around to get some damage there onto the Bren carrier. A good damage there on the Bren carrier. Maybe I'll get a damage into crit there with the next volley. Does not get an into crit there with the next volley. Scope Rifle Squad does get inside this garrison, and now we do have the Volksgrenadiers and Pioneers advancing on forward. There's looks like 2 windows on the side perhaps engaged, but currently neither of them are firing. And over here, it does get damage to crit there with the motorcycle. Motorcycle engaged and does take out that Bren carrier. Bren carrier does go down. QS incoming. I'm not sure what QS is. I can't think what starts with Q, so I'm not sure. Infantry section now seeing a bit of fire from the MG42. The Volksgrenadiers could advance forward to get some damage on in. Those will be R. Pioneers are advancing forward as well. Wehrmacht sniper being pulled out of the field. And now that intersection squad does get outside the garrison. We've got the VP secured up by the Allies. The Axis players are a little bit behind in VP numbers, but nothing too significant at this point in time. Rifle squad does get suppressed there by the Volksgrenadiers. Keep pushing way forward, trying to hunt down that sniper. It does get a volley there. Motorcycle now in pursuit of the Jeep, but right now sort of dancing around next to it. And Motorcycle is trying to body block the Jeep, I believe. There's a Jeep damage. Now we've got the skirmish phase complete. Jeep now receiving a bit of fire there. MG42 sitting on up. Does receive a sniper shot there as well. Another Bren carrier now deployed on the field. Sniper maybe eyeing to get inside the garrison. Does get inside the garrison there. 2 Wehrmacht snipers on the field. 1 for each player. And it looks like a Panzerfaust does connect. And there comes the other Panzerfaust in order to destroy the Bren carrier. Bren gun does fall back with this Jeep in this region, as well as this engineer laying down landmine. Very nice. It also has a flamer. This Jeep's pushing way forward. I hear another landmine detonation somewhere. And the sniper does see a bit of fire there. And 4-2 trying to set on up. Has setup animation enabled and does get taken out there by a Panzerfaust. You may hear my drink opening on up. Sorry about that. We do now have a mortar of some sort of field. We've got a mortar emplacement. Does get a hit, well, hit the ground right there. Taking out the railroad tracks, those monsters. We've now got a flame engineer and rifle squad advance forward. Does find the munitions cache there, so able to get some great damage there. Surprised they were able to advance this far forward. Engineer has one model remaining. Let's get inside the garrison, but that garrison may make it a bit too vulnerable for a sniper. Either way, that engineer does go down to a sniper. We do have the sheep now advancing on forward. We do have a casualty clearing station being plotted by the Brits. Now the rifle squad has a bit of damage there. Could pass the fall back to the casualty clearing station for him to activate the medics, the healing aura. The other rifle squad has received quite a bit of damage now. Pack 38 now complete.
They're losing territory.
Infantry section is just advancing forward through the sector, nothing too significant. Motorcycle does spot the force. The rifleman squad does fall back in time, and is also a lieutenant falling back.
Building complete. Volksgrenadiers here.
Volksgrenadiers capturing up the munitions point, but it will be out of supply. Jeep pushed pretty far forward, trying to hunt down the sniper. It may get it. The Jeep still has plenty of help for the remaining. Sniper trying to run around. Another Pioneer model there, pulled out by his teammate. And the sniper does in fact go down.
They're losing territory.
Jeep's now trying to drive away. The motorcycle should be able to suit. Does get damage engine crit there, so that's going to be a dead Jeep very soon.
Grenadiers have seized munition supplies.
Volk squad here.
One of our sectors has been cut off.
Mortars are now raining on in. Rolling some misses, however.
Volk squad here.
And this Jeep is almost down. Does get destroyed there. Still nothing to capture to these left side of the map. A Pioneer perhaps could be sent over there to capture that side of the map. Mortar placement trying to hit these various forces. Do now got a counter battery mortar. Granada Warfare does fall back to the region. Do have this Greyhound base forward. Not all these tank charges are complete. He stopped building them around these cow carcasses, and there's also a big hole right there apparently. Greyhound's not base forward. Is have Pack 30 out on the field. It is way over here. Yep, still pretty far away. Has to go around the entire road tracks there. And now this MT-42 is seeing quite a bit of damage now. MT-42 does fall back now. Got some more tank traps in the bottom field. Sniper shots there under the infantry sections. Pack 38 does find a hit there. And Pentrek does get deployed out. Did not fire a shot there in the Greyhound there. The Greyhound does receive another tank shot as well. Or 80 tank gun shot. Greyhound pushing his way forward. You got these rifle squad trying to engage the engineers and do take out those Pioneers. The mine has not been completed. Let's take a quick look at everybody's doctrine resources. This Wehrmacht player has no doctrine selected, has plenty of manpower and fuel, no missions. The Wehrmacht player has an absurd amount of resources. Only gone for triple sniper, nothing else.
Sniper, ready to engage.
Is he saying him or telling him to go for it? But he has an absurd amount of resources available. And oh, there's the battle phase. So he's the one going straight for tier 4.
Reserves hold an assault force for us. They need deployment location.
Now he can pull out some stormtroopers. Does pull out some stormtroopers. This US player has a good reserve of manpower. Does have a supply yard. Getting the supply yard upgrade 1. And does have a motor pool. That's the one that deployed out the Greyhound. Volksgrenadiers are seeing a deadly hit there by the mortar emplacement. 3 snipers region. That's a little bit nasty. And for his teammate, he has a good amount of manpower as well, as well as a good reserve of munitions. But no structures at the moment. Oh no, wait, that's the Brit. He does have the field support truck there, going for a captain, maybe eyeing for a lieutenant.
Jerry's capturing a strategic sector.
Grenadiers trying to capture that cutoff point there. He does have these 2 missions captured on up, so getting this cutoff point will allow him to get some extra munitions. Riflemen advancing through the flank with a Greyhound support. Snipers firing away against these riflemen. Greyhounds are going to try to overrun them now. You got 2 squads of Pete's in this region. Grenadiers receive quite a bit of damage. Oh, over here we got the Greyhound advance forward. Does see a pair of Panzer shots there. As with Pensfeld shot there, taking it out. Rifle squad does fall back as well. Now I've got 2 stormtroopers on the field. This stormtrooper has 1 Pentrick. Both stormtroopers have 1 Pentrick. There's the battle phase now. And he is building the Kampfkraft Center. Of course, he has Pioneers in region for the Panzer Command. Grenadiers do throw a frag grenade there. That's going to be very good. I don't know why. It seems like the stick grenades from Grenadiers don't do as much damage as, say, rifleman frag grenades. Don't know the exact numbers between the two. Engineers captured the left flank there. Got these 2 engineers here. Both of them are Flamer engineers. You also got a landmine here as well. Oh, I hear Pentrick shots there. Force firing, destroying the ground there, trying to camouflage around. And he's still only gone for 1 Pentrick for each one. Does have efficiency 1, so now the Stormtroopers do get a bit of health regen among his other infantry squads, like the Volksgrenadiers, and that's it. K, CH, and Panther in 2 minutes. Knights Crossholders, that's what it is. Soldiers now seeing some Flamer fire there. He made it see fully withdrawal from the region. There's 2 Flamer squads there. That one does fully withdraw from the region. There's only good fully withdrawal as well. Over here, we've got the infantry sections advancing forward. There's 2 infantry sections, 1 lieutenant, 2 sappers. AT gun does fire a shot onto his own tank traps there. We do have the infantry point in this region to suppress the entire army. The lieutenant does not have heroic charge available. Is that officer artillery? That is officer artillery. That round came too quickly to be off my house shoot. As I mentioned, he doesn't even have off my power shoot either way. So the British player has gone for Royal Artillery.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Force on advance on forward. The US player has a good reserve of manpower, so he may be able to go for armor at this current rate. Try to get out Pershing and Calliope. Pioneers trying to get some more tank traps down. Do have Knights Crossholders here. They only have efficiency 1 at the moment. And he said he's going to go for a Panther first after Knights Crossholders. So that will provide an anti-vehicle, and now there's an Ostwind on the field. Ostwind will provide some good damage fire support against these infantry units. Knights Crossholders receiving quite a bit of fire there, going for stun grenades, I believe. They may have gone for Blitzkrieg. Let's get a stun grenade there. Knights Crossholders do fall back now. AT gun is receiving a bit of fire there. Pioneers advance forward. No efficiency on them. A lot of these forces are going for that 1 support infantry wouldn't hurt.
300 points left.
Good shots there onto the AT gun. Does take it out there. We've got these Grenadiers now advancing on forward. Ostwind now deployed down the field. He can advance forward through this region. There's a bit of a hole there with his tank traps. Now got Hero Charge now being activated. It gains a good damage on that Grenadier. Up here we've got the Stu advancing forward, which would be able to put some big holes in their opponent as well. Grenade has been thrown up with Captain. The Captain does fall back in time, and the Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers do fall back as well. Get some damage there on that Rifleman squad. Looks like he's going to avoid that region. Does have efficiency 2 on Stormtroopers, and this one does have 2 Pentricks. That is a US Lame on there. does find one of the stormtrooper squads. The other one may get a little bit splashed there. It does not have a panzer truck for that squad. Or maybe there's only 2 panzer trucks still entirely. Do not have a Staghound point of view. That's not a Deerhound. Or a T-17, I should say.
Ready for battle. Knight's Cross here.
Staghound's now advancing on forward. You, of course, have this MG42 pull out on the field and annihilates that Pioneer squad. A lot of these Pioneers for this player is quite wounded.
Children, listen.
Sniper's advancing forward. He is not a fan of the Staghound, is he? Stu does find a landmine there. Very nice. And hopefully there's any repair bunkers just out in the field. There is a repair bunker. Portable Staghound's out in the field. I do not know who actually wins the fight between the Staghound and Ostwind. I would assume the Ostwind, but that's with Company Heroes 2 logic. Staghound's getting some good damage there. Duko's got the 2 PS squads here. There's just one on these tanks there. No or any additional armor there. Notice the Ostwind does bounce the most shots off the armor of the Staghounds. You have another landmine there. It says we lost another unit. Looks like got more artillery bringing on in. He took out 4 models there. He had another Grenadier, right? No, looks like an MG42. He lost his MG42. Snipers roaming around. That landmine. Okay, that's a Wehrmacht landmine. Incomplete. Pack 38 still alive there. These Staghounds may find these snipers.
The unit has died a hero.
And does take out that Pioneer squad. Snipers are now Veteran C3. Rogue State engine has been repaired. Stormtroopers may get spotted by the Rifleman squad. It has actually a full withdrawal from that region there. Snipers firing some shots there. Stormtroopers are trying to self-retreat away from the region. This one does have 2 Pentracks as well. Also, one has now received massive amounts of fire there. Needs to fall back in the region. Just too many Piets right now. Grenadiers do throw a stick grenade there. Takes some damage. Ain't gonna destroy the crit there. Pentracks do connect with some of the Staghounds. Both Grenadiers are inside the garrison. He's around there on the captain and does full withdrawal from this region. Still advancing forward. There could be some juicy shots right here. But now that also means Piets are engaged at close range. It does do the stew to those Piets falling back. Firefly is next to work with the Staghound support. Staghound may get destroyed here. He may be eyeing for the HQ, however. And I'm not sure what's being pulled out right there. Whatever it was does get cancelled. And one more casualty recovered, and then he gets a free intersection. Stormtroopers may get spotted right here. They do get spotted there, and wipes out entire engineer. One Pentrack shot there does take out that, or does not take out the 25 pounder. One of the Stormtroopers do go down there to the officer artillery. Now got officer artillery raiding on in. Will hit the Rifleman squad quite severely. Firefly advancing forward. There's the Firefly. It does take out the Stu from long range. Does drop a bar there, or Bren there. We got this Firefly advancing forward. We got more artillery right there. Is that off my power shoot? Yep, he's gone for infantry there. This pack was cloaked. Let's see, what is he referring to?
Ready? Your orders, mein Officer.
I'm not sure what he's referring to. Maybe he said one of his packs got somehow off the field and camouflaged. Rifleman has picked up the Bren, relatively rare thing for them to pick up. They do also have the bars as well. Both of these stag counts have a damage and crit there. Finding this already shot, I'm not so sure what he's referring to. Maybe referring to this. So they think they're maybe fighting against map hackers? If they're camouflage and receiving artillery barrages? I see some rounds around here.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
So I think they think that they're fighting against map hackers. Let's switch over to them. I'm really the Brit. You won't have spotted that region unless something went forward and spotted it earlier. Shoots face board, does fire around there onto the building. Rifleman squad trying to throw a sticky bomb there onto the stew. Does get an okay hit there. Got rear armor hits there from now the Firefly. The stew looks like it will go down. Good hits there on the Volkswagen here and on the rifle squad. Rides around there, hits the garrison. Firefly's advancing forward. Should be able to kill that stew, no problem. That stew seems unsupported.
Germans are attacking our supply lines.
More artillery raining on in. Osman's a little bit wounded. Stew does go down. Got now a firestorm raining on in. At their push way forward. Oswin is a little bit wounded. He's saying his V1's 1 CP away. Does he 1 CP or 1/2 a CP?
Ready?
The V1 will be very effective at dealing with this forward HQ. Can easily take the casualty and clearing station at least.
25-pounder. Go ahead, sir.
This is Panther Panzer. Welcome to the squad.
We have completed repairs.
Lieutenant firing some shots there onto that Volks Grenadiers.
I'm impressed. Volks Grenadiers have seized an objective. He has a point. Yeah? Volks Grenadiers report heavy enemy armor.
Volks Grenadiers now seeing a bit of fire from the Firefly. I do have an artillery barrage raining on in. Let's see.
Forward supply lines are broken.
First 25-pounder barraging.
Pounder ready to copy.
I guess he's barraging down those forces, though it didn't really move all too that far. So that one could be more explained if he got the original spotting. Staghound seeing a bit of fire there. Got these Staghounds both still plenty of health. Panthers trying to push forward to engage these Staghounds. Stormtroopers now falling on back. Over here, Firefly's advancing forward with the Staghound. Staghounds advancing forward, trying to get some shots there on the Stormtroopers. Pioneers seeing a bit of fire there. Staghounds charging forward. There are 2 pen trucks on the Stormtrooper squad. If he gets a shot off, he gets some great damage there. Good hit there. Does get suppressed. Does retreat there. Fires both Stormtrooper pen truck shots. The roll and miss there. Body blocks this one here. Stormtroopers do get reinforced there, so it does get a single model firing there. Rolls and miss. Let's take out that Staghound now. Grenadiers do roll and miss there as well. You can be lucky with roll those misses. Pioneers now advancing forward, trying to capture the sectors, but we'll see some fire from the Rifleman squads. Now we've got an M2 firing away. It's good hits there. They did spot the bunker earlier, so that's why they barraged it. Nice crossroad advance forward, trying to get some damage there onto the rifleman. As the rifleman squad does fall back, fortunately barrages there. I'm pretty sure they spotted earlier since we see it through caster vision, but that may not always be the case, but it's on the mini-map. But you never know if the replay is that accurate.
What's the word, sir?
Free self-propelled artillery now has been deployed out on the field. Stu now lying up shot there. Destroys the garrison there, so it does run in. Rolls a miss. Trying to get a good hit there on these sappers. Rolls another miss there. Hits the far side of the terrain. Piets do get a good hit there on the Stu. Oswin gets good hits there. So just efficiency 1. Gets a decent hit there on now on those Piets. The Stu will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Do not have manpower blitz available for the Blitzkrieg player. And the Terror Doctrine's pretty close to a V1. This one, the US snipers there. Grenadiers do spot them. Panther is a little bit wounded there. Sees another hit there. The Panther will need some repairs. There are now 2 Panthers on the field, and does lose it right there due to poor movement there. Does get efficiency 2 AT guns from that. And now V1 should be available now, since he said he had 1 command point remaining. Let's get a good hit there onto the Stag Hound with the Panther. So both players now pulled out Panthers. Stormtrooper squad does fall back now. It does take out one of the Stag Hounds.
You must choose the target.
B1's now available, has plenty of munitions for it as well. Also in Stu advancing forward. Trying to get some hits there onto the Stag Hound. Does get one of the fine sapper models there. Good there. Panther could charge him forward for a V1. Designated V1. That seems a good spot right there. Does call him V1. Approximately right around here. Oh, but his poor movement there almost got his Panther killed and still may get his Panther killed. And Panther does go down now. But this infantry has not abandoned the region. And the Fireflies, holy crap. Did not hit the 2500, but that took out all the armor and a lot of that infantry there.
Cowards
But
attack our
he did lose a Panther for that. Telling his teammate to go for VPs. This VP is being recaptured up by the Knights Crossholders. And this Panther is trying to crush some of the tank traps and the wire. Does do that, but does find a landmine. M2 now firing away. Sniper does get a shot at the Knights Crossholders, but of course the Knights Crossholders can withstand a bit of abuse. And the Priest's Pinto Mount can honestly stupidly suppress units as well, so this Knights Crossholders will be suppressed relatively soon by that Priest Pinto Mount. Looks like something got exploded there. Got 2 Stus advancing forward. Does roll a miss there. Stu needs to fall back. Rolls a miss there. Does get taken out there. He's been losing a little bit too many Stus, honestly. Now got a Firestorm ring on end. Lieutenant may get burned alive. Does get burned alive there. He does get some good hits there on the infantry. Some of these forces are sitting on top of fire as well. I love a good campfire, but that's a little bit too close.
I am here.
He is pretty far away, of course, the V1. Another 360 seconds, so 5 minutes remaining for his cooldown. 5 minutes?
Munitions taken.
No. That would be 6 minutes. Stag Hound now receiving a bit of fire there from those various sources. Panthers trying to make sure to keep assist there. Rifleman squad could get a sticky bomb off. Panthers going a bit too far forward. Damage to the crit there. Could receive more fire there from the Firefly. This Panther controls have not been that great. Stormtroopers advancing forward with 2 Panther Shreks. He's good at there on the Firefly. Rolls a miss there. Rolls another miss there. Rolls a miss there. Grenade has been thrown to help the squad from the Stormtroopers. That's a good hit there. Panther does get some main gun destroyed there. Does lose the Firefly. Fiat squad is back here. Does receive the shortage engine crit there for the Staghound from the rear armor. His Staghound may finish off the Panther now. Panther does go down to the Staghound. Greyhound or Grenadier squad's advancing on forward. We do now have the priest getting caught up on terrain, receiving fire from the Ostwind. Looks like it rolls, bounces on the priest. Grenades been thrown, getting a good hit there. Staghound seems to fire. Still got the Grenadier here, but the Grenadier has received a bit too much fire there. A lot of these monsters are going down there. We're seeing multiple kills there with the Ostwind. Ostwind so special to one. The Brits starting to lose a lot of these forces. Brit right now has mostly armed assets, has one scope rifle squad, does lose a 25-pounder. Now there's a lot of hits there on the HQ command truck, and it looks like the Brit has backed out of the game now. So I'm advancing forward, trying to get some good shots there onto the Staghounds. That's a lot of stews. M2 may go down now. We do got the Staghound getting some rear armor hits there. Maybe advancing a little bit too far forward, going straight for the US base, trying to force him out of the game. And I accidentally hit the tactical minimap, caused the camera go around.
Unit is KIA.
Getting some good shots there. Is the US player even doing anything?
Secured sector under attack.
I think the US player just sort of AFK right now.
Forces are trying to overrun one of our sectors.
And looks like the US player has backed out of the game
Sector under
now.
attack.
And that's the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Maybe those map hacking's hard to tell. It could be, it could not be. It all depends on whether or not if you saw it originally and the start targeting that region in general. Because he didn't really move his AT guns out of that same region after the barrages. Let's find another 2v2. I'm in the mood for 2v2s right now. This one's called Rage. I wonder if that means that any good. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Panzer Lead player. We have Mr. Carrot D. Marconi, I think. Spawn as Wehrmacht ally. We have Berg Comp. On the north side as the British forces, we have Fortes Fortuna Adjuvant. Got some Russian being spoken. And for the other British players, we have Rus. Looks like both sides are speaking Russian. I can't speak Russian, nor can I read Russian. And it looks like they're chatting up a bit of a storm. 243 research now. This British player has packed up his HQ. Nope, it's sort of hard to see on the top of the map, but he is. Also, I can't remember if I have not cast it.
Awaiting orders.
If you can go to my channel and see if you find, because I don't recognize this name, Mr. Carrot D. Marconi. If you can see if you can do a quick video search and see if I have cast them, that would be great, because I don't believe I have. You know, we probably could just pause it for a brief moment while I can. Got the bread and carrier right there. Here, let me just give you a quick moment to check. Oh, yep, looks like I have cast a replay. Thanks for pointing it out. Oh, come on. Max my screen. There we go. Sorry about that. All these replays, sometimes I forget to delete them when I get done with them. This one, I don't believe I have done this one. Because let's got a pair of edgelords there. We'll pull this back up to Twitch over here. Oh, come on now. And let me first look around. Sometimes when I Alt-Tab, it tends to make everything go black as well. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the US player. We have Kubiax, spawn as his US teammate. We have 1791. Or are those eyes? Are those one or eyes? Also, I can't. There's a one there, so those actually may be eyes. I have no idea. Spawn as their opponent as the Panzer League player, we have Paris SG, and spawn as the Wehrmacht player, we have Division SS. Clearly stands for Secret Service. Fuel point being captured on up. We've got this WS players, so don't have to worry about trying to rapidly secure territories to prevent a British HQ. And you ornate the building? I mean, B2HQ? Ornate the building. Does he mean talking about Fort HQ? I don't... And he's talking about US player? Okay.
Way to go, engineers. We hold the point. Rifle squad, ready for action.
Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. This fuel point is not in supply just yet. This point's not being captured as well. Did those bullets just go backwards? Either way, the engineers are capturing some sectors there. These engineers here are capturing up these sectors. Riflemen here. And that's the engineer. Here's the other rifleman squad. Petrograd advancing forward, trying to capture this sector now. Panzer Grenadiers firing away, getting some damage there on the rifleman squad. And the surface squad is seeing the fire now. Up north, we do have these Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. Engineers are falling back. Got these two Panzer Grenadiers engaging in close range. And looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are both eyeing for this garrison. There's a lot of windows on the side, so it is a good fighting position there for two garrisons. There's 3 windows on the side, and maybe some more right there. At least one fireable window. Nothing in the high ground. I'm not sure what actually can fire from that side. By the way, Kenigrad does bully around these engineers, forcing them to stop capturing. Over here, we do got the Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward, rifleman squad engaged at close range. Panzer Grenadiers sort of dancing around quite a bit right there. We have this engineer here, has to advance forward to this heavy cover there to fire get some good fire support for the rifleman squad, because the rifleman squad is getting a little bit overwhelmed. But the engineer of this region should be able to win out no problem. Both Panzer Grenadier squads are now falling back. Up here, you got the engineers getting inside this garrison. Both these Panzer Grenadiers are a little bit wounded. And down the middle, we do have this engineer now. Getting some good damage there. Over here, Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward with the Kenigrad, trying to capture that sector. Engineer here as well, receiving some good damage. Rifleman squad and engineers push way forward. Engineer being focused on first. Ooh, lost. And I think he lost both his engineers because I heard that, like, engineer has been lost before we lost this one here. So both engineers are now down. Oh, at least he doesn't have to worry about rebuilding them anytime soon. Honestly, if he's going to eye getting out supply yard and the motor pool soon. Keep being repaired on up. Panzer Grenadiers inside this garrison on this side of the building. Looks like there's 2 windows there, though one of them's not exactly firing at the moment. Rifle squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage there on those Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadiers still inside this garrison. Rifleman squad's engaging. One of them's quite wounded. Rifleman squad and Panzer Grenadiers getting honestly engaged as well. Looks like not all Rifleman squads are firing. This guy's not firing. But it does force back that Panzer Grenadier. Rifle squad up here. I am not sure what this is here for. As Grenadier receiving a bit of fire now. Flame Engineer is advancing forward, trying to clear up the garrison. Does suppress and pin the Flame Engineer. Both engineers now falling back. Both these rifleman squads are severely wounded. Got another rifleman squad advancing forward as well. Keep trying to get some good damage there. Is this forward HQ being upgraded now? No, he's out of sector, so he can't get the forward HQ. And this rifle, Pennsylvania squad needs to fall back entirely, unless he has an infantry half track somewhere. No, he does not. Rifleman squad is now advancing on forward. We do have this Kaliningrad capital sector. I've got these two Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward as well. This Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back, so does that wounded one.
Defensive operations have been upgraded.
Now he has defensive operations, gets some very important health regen. Rifleman squad coming forward flank. Both these ones have fallen back. And there is 5 windows on the side, so all 5 of these models can't fire from it. Rifleman squad engages the Panzer Grenadiers at long range, firing across that road. We have this Rifleman squad here as well. We do also now have the Kaliningrad advancing forward, trying to decapture that fuel point. Rifleman squad is going to try and engage at close range, but both these Rifleman squads are severely wounded. One squad does fall back. He could actually get that wiped. But he's not focusing down. This rifle squad does fall back as well. Now it's just one rifle squad versus one Panzer Grenadier of G43s. The Bats could use suppressive fire ability there to instantly win the fight. And Kaliningrad advance forward. I suppose more Panzer Grenadiers advance forward will help him instantly win the fight as well. You know how this Panzer Grenadier engaging the rifleman squads. Now got the Flame Engineers advance forward as well. Looks like they did not manage to fire any flames to this garrison though. Panzer Air Command completed by both players, so they're both eyeing for some 222s. Flame Engineers advancing forward, trying to suppress down these forces. Let's get this one force back. Flame Engineer firing against the single model that was over there, reducing the total damage output. Flamer's not currently firing. It's a firing against single models. They're not getting good splash damage. He should try to manually retarget towards the squads. It does lose a Flame Engineer now. If he would have manually retargeted this group here, he would have got a significant amount more damage. Keep trying to bullet around these Panzer Grenadiers. Doing a decent job at it. Over here, these Panzer Grenadiers facing forward, and now we do have a 2-2 deployed on the field. Getting some good hits on those rifleman squads. This US player, has he redeployed out a engineer? Creep does go down. He does have a flamer engineer deployed on the field. Now he's going for bar research. Sometimes clicking the mini-map causes it to go careening off the side. Rifleman squad is engaging the engineer and Kaliningrad. Rifleman squad is behind some heavy cover there. Very nice. One of those get efficiency 1. A lot of these Panzer Grenadiers are quite wounded. This one may potentially get wiped out if continuing seeing some fire, but it looks like it does escape on out of there.
Stay by me and I'll keep you alive. Squad taking fire.
And that Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back as well. Rifle squad's trying to advance it forward, trying to get some better shots there. Does the bar research now, fires a good volley into the armored car. And the 2-2 does force back those rifleman squads. We do have a true arc center here. No one over here, but do have a motor pool. Looks like it's eyeing for a Greyhound or quarter half track. Either can work. Finds a landmine there, but nothing to capitalize on it. We got a 2-2 over here. Rifle squad's engaging as well. Gains a very small amount of fire damage onto that armored car. Engineers advancing forward. Nothing to be put up at the motor pool just yet. Now both these armored cars are firing away. This one's getting some much needed repairs from his teammate. Who's engaging at maximum range, so there's actually not all these models firing. Trying to go for some landmines as well. Very nice. Let's see. Anything being blown up by this player right now? Greyhound? Doctrine? He is not. He said he's not going for Doctrine right now. Martyr?
We have finished construction.
Wait, how would he know there's a Martyr there? Martyr's now deployed on the field. Do not have a 4 HQ here as well, getting some good healing there on these Panzer Grenadiers. Dude's getting some damage there onto those riflemen. And looks like getting some damage there. Greyhound now deployed on the field. A lot of rifleman squads here, all of them quite wounded. No sticky bombs right now. Now got the Greyhound pushed way forward, being upgraded to armored skirts. These two still firing away, getting some good damage on in. Armored skirts now complete. Greyhound does find a good shot there. No AT grenades, no Pentracks in this region. Martyr does roll a miss there. Rifle squad now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there. One of these Pentracks do get fully wiped out. This rifle squad does fall back there. This one needs to fall back as well. Just remain this one and may just fall back early as well. All these rifle squads are quite wounded. He's Triage Center and an AT gun. Light Yatrick now deployed on the field. Flamer engineers facing forward as well. Greyhound's fancy on forward. He's saying he's going for infantry doctrine. Rolls on this there. Flame engineers does get forced him back. Rifle squads need to fall back as well. Does get hit there on the Greyhound. Does get a rearmor hits there from his teammates' armored cars, and does take out that engineer now.
The men are formed up, sir.
We now have a M1 AT gun now deployed on the field.
Can now make sticky bombs.
You got an STG squad out on the field as well. The twos have plenty of health.
Yeah.
Now this Greyhound starting advancing forward. We'll find this Panzer Grenadier. Has a nice shot blocker behind him, so that will cause a lot of damage to him. Greyhound does not fire another shot there. And light AT half-track advancing on forward. We've got these rifle squads trying to get behind this heavy cover there. Getting some good damage there on this Panzer Grenadier. And this mortar half-track could do some good work there. These guys have been blobbing quite a bit. A well-placed mortar could do some serious damage. In fact, if he hadn't moved there, he would have received a lot of damage there. With autocannons doing some good work either way. He is using a barrage order there. Do now have another mortar half-track deployed on the field. Both these players are going for heavy Panzerjäger Command assets along with some Kampfgruppe Company items. Martyr has now been set on up. T2s are firing away, and AT gun does get directed there on that U-22. Already ready. He's going for infantry doctrine, so he has gone for that. His teammate has not selected doctrine just yet. Panzer player 1 has not selected doctrine, and Panzer player number 2 has not selected doctrine just yet. Rifleman squad's now advancing forward. Does get a nice flank there. Does have G43's upgrade as well. One of the rifle squads do fall back. One of them's quite wounded there. Both these forces are falling back. May get wiped out. There's a lot of fire there. Greyhound does get a shot there, and does receive this engine crit there from light TF track. We're waiting on it. We do not have sector artillery here, and that's let the offensive powers to shoot there. Does with the Greyhound. Does get this one decapitated there. Mortar half track now has damage engine crit there. It may have been from sticky bomb. Do now have a second mortar deployed in the field. It's relatively rare to see multiple mortars deployed out in the field. And does take out the light ATF track as well.
The enemy has managed to eliminate a half-track.
Engineers receiving a bit of fire there. It does get wiped
We have
out.
eliminated the enemy once more.
Excavator's overrunning the AT gun. Does get decrewed. Rifleman squad trying to engage these forces as well, but a little bit outgunned. And a good hit there onto the rifleman now. Wipes up the rifleman there. Rifleman squad's advancing on forward. Need something a little bit more heavy to engage these units. Primarily the 2. Engineers and soldiers were running away there. Receive a lot of free damage there from the riflemen. An AT gun can be recruited. He recruits up with a 4-man rifleman squad. Very good. AT gun fires a shot there. Does get a direct hit there on that 2-2. Rifle squad does get suppressed there. Mortar half track does wipe out the crew of the AT gun. Rifleman squad's advancing forward with an AT gun in tow. As Grenadiers advancing forward, does get some good damage on the rifleman squad, so they're just moving forward in open ground. That rifleman squad does get wiped out. Good AT gun shot there, taking out a mortar half track. AT gun trying to get some hits down on the mortar. The amount of assets going down. One player could go for a Bergantiga. Does lose another rifleman squad there.
Assault Grenadier Squad ready for battle.
This person has gone for Luftwaffe ground forces, maybe eyeing for some flak 88s. Didn't see anything that looked like a half or anything like that. I wonder what he thinks. Transmitter is advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there on the observation post. Got a good number of butterfly bombs in this region as well. Got triple capture in favor of the Panzer League player.
Commander here. Send your orders.
Rifle squad has had Veteran C2. Viewpoint still seems some fire from the STGs. And Panzer Grenadiers are going to be laying down some wire as well. Got more butterfly bombs there. Panzer Grenadiers are not falling back now. Let's find some of these mines or butterfly bombs there. Very nice. And now the Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back.
Ready for O group.
Bolshevikers has been pulled on the field. We got more mortars hits raining on in. Good hit there on the rifleman squad, and a lot of good hits there with the butterfly bombs. Force back both those rifle squads. We got engineer in the mix as well. Now for minesweeper. Panzer Grenadiers getting some good hits there. Does wipe out a rifleman squad there, and this other rifleman squad is falling back. They've bled off a lot of riflemen, that's for sure. Now, you do have some booby traps as well. Scorched Earth and Luftwaffe ground forces. Got, of course, got infantry doctrine for this player there. It does find a landmine there. They see off map. I don't see what they're referring to. Got 5 command points here, so this use player has not sucked the doctrine. Has not sucked the doctrine yet. Good flaming burst there on the Fallschirmjäger. They're falling back now.
We're down to 300 points.
Now do have an M2 deployed out on the field. Oh, we do have a Bergantiga. Very, very nice. There's some downed assets. They may recover something over here. Get some good hits there.
Enemy unit down.
Potion makers receiving a bit of fire there. Let's just on the booby trap at this point as well. He could actually just scorch it if needed as well. Maybe a good idea to scorch the point. Does use a sector artillery right there, get directed there on one of those squads. Just take out an engineer squad with that. He does not decide to take time to scorch the point. More artillery raiding on, gets directed there on the M10. Over here we got these Panzer Grenadiers face forward, overrunning the AT gun. Does throw a grenade there, taking out one of the Panzer Grenadiers. AT gun does get decrewed. M10 could try to go for some crushes. I think got directed there on one of his own rifleman squads. On his teammate's rifle squad. And does get a mortar hit there onto the M10. Trying to decrew now the artillery piece. Does get some good crushes there. Light TF track does get to a kill there as well.
Begin raid operations.
Looks like he has gone for armor doctrine now. I see something there. Oh, full Sherman tank. Going for the 50 cal as well. He may want to go for the 76mm Sherman at the current rate. Though against a lot of that stuff, you don't really need it. Mortars now being recovered by the Bergantiga. They have recovered a number of assets out in the field.
Sergeant, get an MG on the roof of this
Now the 50 cal has been researched as well.
Just point us at him.
Hang on, we might want to clear that minefield.
Mortar tank firing some shots there. Good number of butterfly bombs, but does have a minesweeper in this region. Let's find this one that was not swept. There's a couple of them are not exposed just yet. Minesweepers need to take time to recover some, to get rid of some of these mines. If it just moves them right there and put them on a stop and move order command, and they'll automatically find multiple of the butterflies at once. Rifle squads could throw some grenades in this area as well. Boob trap has been triggered, not responding to it. You're going to receive some good fire from it. Engineer squad may have been wiped out. He does lose the rifle squad to that booby trap. And there is this Fallschirmjäger squad in this region.
Under fire!
Sherman tank now advancing heavily forward. There's a light TF track in this region. Panzer Grenadiers now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on in.
Allies are down to 200 points.
AT responding.
M10 now charging forward, trying to get some shots there onto the 222s. Rifleman squad's getting some good damage there on the Panzer Grenadier. 222s receive a bit of fire there. Light TF track's trying to advance it forward. Does not get a crit there. And there's a fully mobilization crit. He does have 4-man squads here. Pick up that M10 to fire some shots there on the onto the M10. He's not doing that at the moment. Rifle squad is advancing forward. Light TF track engaging the M10 at max beyond maximum range. Rifleman squad does get suppressed there. Does get a good frag on the STG squad. May wipe them out. It does wipe them out there. Do now have Allied War Machine activated. A little bit too early for this one, isn't it? Oh, now we're seeing some shots there. Allied War Machines down to the next 5-6 seconds there. Short engine crit there. Main gun short crit there. It does go out of control. And does not recover it in time.
Casualties being reported.
And does not recover this either. So he lost both of the vehicles there. Did not get recovered. He could actually save the M10. He needed a penetrating shot to kill it off. Does get a short engine crit there by the M1AT gun. 222s could see some fire there. Rolls a miss there on the 222.
Enemy
Does take up
unit
the light TF track, saves the M10 for now.
Looks like AT. Anti-personnel mines.
They're just making their way back down south. You got still the Bergantiga can reclaim some vehicles. You now have these mortars now push way forward after dealing with that Sherman tank. Bergantiga does see if that direct hit there, but its hide does bounce off that shot. We do have the mortar half track now seems to fire there. He's trying to throw some mortars into this engineer. M10 now receiving some repairs, much needed repairs. And sector artillery is running on in, but the M10 is outside the range of the sector artillery. Teammate doesn't have a whole lot of resources at the moment. Is putting enough munitions for another off a power shoot. This fair Heads Elite player does have a lot of manpower, a lot of stuff on the field as well. A lot of stuff on the field, so he doesn't need it. He could go for what's it called? Panthers, going from mass Panzerfaust from the Fallschirmjägers onto the M10. The M10 now go on the field. He could try to go for crushes there. Main gun short a crit there, so doesn't take it out. We're gonna go for some crushes now. Gotta make sure it doesn't get the splashdown zone unit. Does capture the M1AT gun there with the Fallschirmjäger, rotating the gun around to hit this M10. Or this M10. Does get some crushes now. Good rear armor hit there. Light half track firing away. This was one recovered from Bergantiga. Allied War Machine has now been activated. Throwing some bounces there. Does lose that one. Maybe recover this one. And maybe going to need to let it die.
Our brothers have fallen.
Booby trap has been active. Does get taken out there now. Fallschirmjägers also are still on the front line there with one member remaining. Now here comes the Calliope barrage in this region, trying to get some damage on this various light assets. That's now deployed out by the other Heads Elite player. Now I do have off-map power shoot raining on in. May get a good shot there. Nope. Spreads out wide. Okay, just getting some good damage there onto the M10. And the M10 does go down. Two mortars here as well. He has two mortars, a lot of Panzer or Fallschirmjägers, good number of Panzer Grenadiers, and a mortar half track. Right now the capture is neutral. This is not right now secured by the Allies. This is being captured up by the engineers as well. AM2 does get a kill there somewhere. Finds another good hit there. Even destroy some of these butterfly bombs because it's good AoE damage. Ooh! And loses the Panther thanks to the fact that those butterfly bombs probably. And takes out the carcass entirely. Both the Panther carcasses are actually fully destroyed.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Arden needs to generally be out of that region, but maybe he's just trying to suicide them. Blowing out Verbal One wouldn't be half bad. Does blow out Verbal One. Another 2-2 does go down as well. The Bergantiga, I believe, is still alive. Yep, there it is. He could perhaps recover this 2-2 carcass right there. Get some good hits there. Does take out one of the mortars.
We are losing a sector.
Now the mother stays alive. The carcass does get destroyed. He does lose this mortar now. Maybe a good idea to destroy the carcass. You could also deploy a Flak 88, though against the M2s and the Calipes is maybe not a good idea.
Loud and clear. Send. Tank at the ready.
M10s have been spotted. We got a Calliope there and an AT gun here as well. Fallschirmjägers need to fall back sooner rather than later.
Available for assignment.
Over here we do have these Fallschirmjägers and Panzer Grenadiers advance forward.
The enemy has
The
murdered
base
our
MG is still up and
Fallschirmjäger
going. And now got the Bergantiga trying to recover this carcass over here, or maybe just trying to get some repairs.
Enemy unit has fallen to our might.
Does fall back now. Grenadiers are seeing a bit of fire there. This one definitely does need reinforcements. Is not paying attention to it. Does get wiped out there. 2 is trying to find some good fire support there. Calliope Barrage raining on in. Brigadier has received some repairs. This carcass over here still may go down. One of these ends have got a immobilization crit there thanks to Light TF track. Light TF track does go down.
The enemy is attempting to seize a
The boot
fuel
trap has been triggered and it's not responding all too well. Does see a good hit there. Brigadier now receiving quite a bit of damage now. And Brigadier looks like it will escape on out of there. Or maybe not. Make it another boot trap there. Receive a really good hit there. Does lose another model there, but should be able to capture up the rest of those.
victory points.
Black 88 now deployed on the field, now trying to rotate his gun towards the M10. Mortar half track does see a direct hit there by the M2. And he's hitting this wounded M10 first. He's hit the other M10. Let's look at the other M10, trying to repair it up in combat. So far the gun's receiving a lot of damage. The M10, the pack Black 88 does have pretty good rotation right there. Does pick up the M10 and does go for defense specialty. Calliope Barrage now raining on in. Getting some good damage on to this various stuff. Mostly hitting everything else. Motion being to look off ground force does stay alive. He should be in radius of being reinforced as well. A lot of forces up here. He's maybe on try to push up north. We've got Hellcat and multiple Greyhounds here, all fully kitted out. That must have been from off-map combat groups. 2 M10s are deployed on the field as well. Black Irving or Verbal Wind does see quite a bit of damage there. Ain't gonna short the crit there. He does take it out now by a Greyhound. These forces are advancing forward. He's not really engaged moving around these forces as well. Now those forces are starting to fall back. Now we've got a sector artillery raining on in. Now here another Flak 88 over here. Multiple Flak 88s now deployed on the field.
Chaser, the enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
Another boot trap has been triggered, and it does get some of these models. Hellcat does get a main gun destroyed crit there. Does misroll a miss there on the Greyhound. This Hellcat is not retreating properly.
His troops have yet again destroyed the enemy's
Let's take
armor.
out another M10 there, and now got another Calliope Barrage raining on in.
The enemy has cut
Black
down
88 has dropped the model there. We're going to receive some repairs. Black 88 has been decrewed by the M2. And this Hellcat does have its engine and track still working fine, but does get left behind and killed off. Greyhound trying to advance on forward. We'll see if it missed there from the Black 88. This Black 88 trying to be recruited now. It does get recruited. Look off ground forces do fall back there. This Greyhound does find the Bergantiga. And this Calliope Barrage will largely miss everything. Panther may have received some splash damage there from Flak 88. This Greyhound still roaming around. Rolls a miss there. And the Pansperdu's actually got a pretty good rear armor penetrating hit there.
Squad is gathered and ready.
And 180 gun still alive, but barely. Calliope Barrage raining on in. Panther does see a bit of damage. Black 88 sort of getting hit a little bit, occasionally. And Panther do stay up and going. Once they hit bomb there on one of the Panthers. Damage to crit there with the rear armor exposed. That's not good. One has been recaptured and falling on back. Now, do you have this carcass been recovered? That may be a mortar half track, I believe. Germans advancing forward do not have a
enemy is seizing our
pencil strafing
territory.
support right there. Right, these Calliopes will get some good hits there. Allied war machine has been active.
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
Calliope barrage running in pretty close range, trying to get this, soften up this region. And Shoal will get some continuous damage to this as they're being self-spotted thanks to the fact that they're shooting. Calliope may escape on out of there. Calliope barrage raining on in, trying to get some damage over here.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Northern's artillery raining on in. Direct hit there on the Panzergrenadiers, wiping them out. This point has been captured up by the Kefengrad. Though the 222 does go down, the Bergantiga, if it's still alive, can recover it. Black Canadians see a bit of damage.
We are on the verge of victory. The enemy clutches to only 25 points.
Panzer players are pretty close to winning. Do still have the Bergantiga to repair some of these other forces. Could perhaps eye the down Kefengrad. Perfect use for a Bergantiga. Panzergrenadiers and Fallschirmjägers advance forward. Trying to overrun some of these forces. The Rifleman squads do decapture this point here. And this point starting to be decaptured up by a Rifleman squad. Calliope barrage trying to rain on in, trying to get some good damage here. We'll get some good damage on these armor.
The enemy has cut down.
Has also a bit of damage there on those Panzergrenadiers as well. M2 does get a splash hit there. The fourth round for Fallschirmjägers trying to capture this VP. Rifleman squad does try to throw a grenade there, but looks like it may have failed.
We are losing
And Rifleman squad immediately trying to decapture the point now. Really wants to make sure that they don't lose any more VPs than they already have. Actually, they got a double capture in their favor. They don't decapture this point in time. This point has been decaptured by the Panzergrenadiers, but getting annihilated by that Greyhound. Greyhound may just need to camp this point here to make sure it stays secure.
Given their lives for the homeland.
And now the Panthers being recovered by the Bergantiga. Bergantiga itself is severely wounded. Bergantiga does receive a rear armor bounce there. Does take out the AT gun there by the Flak 88. There'll be a bit of time for that Panthers to recover. Panzergrenadiers will see a bit of fire there. Now trying to fall back. Got these Panzergrenadiers engaging as well. And the Panther has been recovered. The gun's still destroyed. Bergantiga still needs to get on out of there, I would say. Now the Rifle Squad does fall back. Got this Rifle Squad seeing a bit of fire there. Calliope barrage raining on in. I would like to take out the Bergantiga. Bergantiga does go down. Allies dropped a couple more tickets as well. This point is trying to be pursued. Got two Rifle Squads in this region. And Sector Artillery is now raining on in. This Rifle Squad may receive Sector Artillery barrages right there, because this guy is at the edge of the sector. Does get suppressed by something, the Verbal Wind. Does decapture the point now. 5 barrage raining on in, gets great hits there on those forces. And then some of these butterfly bombs as well. Both Panthers are back here. Severely wounded, needs some time for a lot of repairs. We've got a Hummel here as well. Panzergrenadiers getting overran by the Rifleman squad. It's eventually received 3 Rifleman squad. The machine gun placement immediately receives a Flak 88 hit there. Greyhound doesn't receive a hit there by the Flak 88. Flak 88 has no level of veterancy. This other one still has level 1 defense veterancy, but severely wounded. Does receive a sticky bomb there on that Verbal Wind, fully immobilizing it.
The enemy is weakening even now.
And now the Central VP has been stopped being captured up thanks to the Hummel. Allies have dropped down to 7 tickets once again, and now we got a bunch of butterfly bombs here. Does do some of these butterfly bombs, unable to kill any of them though. M1AT gun received a massive hit there by the Flak 88. More artillery trying to rain in on the Flak 88. AT gun does see another hit there. Orbital one does go down. Does find more of these butterfly bombs there. Calliope Barrage raining on in, trying to get some good damage to this region.
We are losing a sector.
Loop track has been triggered. Lots of rounds coming on in, largely missing all that stuff. Panthers are still wounded. Humo is seeing a bit of damage as well. We got, what, 3 M2s deployed on the field? That's quite a bit. 2 Clive as well. So far, the Axis players have just, or allies have deployed a lot of artillery. Over here, we do have an M10 in this region. Could be sieged down by the Flak 88s. This Flak 88 actually doesn't show any crew members there. Of saying how many it has at the moment.
Capturing a sector.
Go ahead with honor.
This one says 3. This one doesn't say anything. But the crew itself is quite wounded. Vulcan Eagle Squad advancing forward. And the Rifle Squad are actually 3 at close range. Greyhound does stay alive there. Another Calliope Barrage raining on in. And the crew's not sustaining any more damage there. Is this one bugged out? Yeah, it says 3 out of 3. This one says 0 out of 0. It may be bugged out. Allied War Machine is now active. Main gun destroyed right there. Trying to repair it on up. Now we got off with power shoot raining on in. And it does get the crew members killed off there, so it is not bugged. Just, well, it is bugged, but not game-breaking bugged.
We are ready for action.
Greyhound does go down. Allied War Machine was active. And that should have been recovered. Or was that, did that time out the last moment? Actually, that did time out the last moment. Didn't actually get recovered. Put it there onto the M10. Another good hit there as well. Greyhound's advancing on forward. It does take out that low off ground squad. Still got these Flak 8s in the region. They need to really decrew them, destroy them. Allies who have a capture in their favor, a single capture. You got now these Panthers advancing forward, trying to displace the MG placement. AT-gun and Rifle Squad trying to stop him. I still don't see anything that looks like map hacks to me. Greyhound's now firing away onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Seems a good hit there. Rifle Squad does stop the decapture. Does throw a sticky bomb there onto the far Panther. Oh no, that was not the Panther. That was actually on the Kettenkrad the entire time. Great snipe there, and that gives him a triple capture. Right now, though, a double capture. Good artillery barrage there. That may have been from a Humo, though.
Our front lines are collapsing.
That squad does go down, so the Allies will maintain the double capture.
Enemy unit dead.
AT-gun now receiving some shots there. He may receive some Flak 85. No, that's just too far away. Sometimes I overestimate the range. There goes the Greyhound there. We do now have a 30 cal and rifle squad advancing forward with a mortar team and a AT-gun. That was definitely from off-map combat group. There, the 30 cal will actually come in handy. The mortar team could potentially come in handy, help keep this point secure. Now there's 2 Panthers. Those swap 2 Panthers. AT-gun advancing forward. Got the Calliope here. They could perhaps fire a barrage over here. Pershing now receiving massive amounts of damage there. Does find some butterfly bombs. This AT gun does see some hits there from the Flak 88 and will likely go down to its next shot. Or to the Hummel. I couldn't tell who actually got the kill. You now have Allied War Machine now active. Does recover his Pershing.
Pershing lost.
Rifle Squad's trying to advance forward, trying to capture this VP. Right now the Allies are down to 4 tickets. There's not a lot remaining. Fortunately, we're seeing a bit of fire there. As we're seeing some repairs from a Panzer Grenadier. This point needs to be decaptured. Rifle Squad trying to do that. Oh, there goes one of the Rifle Squads to that butterfly bomb. His teammate has a bit of manpower reserve. He's probably saving up for another off-map combat group. Another barrage running on in. Grenadier does pick up that bar. I'm trying to decapture that point soon. Flak 88 does roll up, bounce down the Pershing, and annihilates that Panzer Grenadier. We now have triple capture in favor of the Allies. Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some damage there.
Casualties being reported.
Flak 88 does go down there as well. He is probably pushing enough manpower for another off-map combat group, but it still needs another couple minutes. Rifle Squad's advancing forward. One, of course, is Special C3. STG Squad trying to hold the line. Northern VP is being decaptured. This VP has been decaptured. Another Flak 88. Seeing a bit of fire there. Has gone for double accuracy, veterancy. And more artillery raiding on in, trying to hit the Devil defense. He does get decrewed right there. 30 cal does suppress this Panzer Grenadier. Hummel trying to splice the weapon, does get a good hit there. M2's getting some good hits as well. Mortar, that could be also from, no, that sounds like a mortar actually.
Enemy
Mortar
unit
doesn't
down.
wipe out that squad there, very, very nice. Those 3 kills are those 3 models. Pershing advancing forward with a Sherman tank. He probably could have gone with the 50 cal upgrade there on the Sherman tank. Because an Allied War Machine is expensive. Sherman tank received quite a bit of abuse there. Panzer Grenadier Squad does get suppressed. The Rifle Squad does get forced some
We are
back.
losing a victory point.
Mortar needs an eye of barrage in this sector. Somehow the Panzer Grenadiers recover from suppression.
One of our units was annihilated.
As the mortar has gone down. Engineers trying to capture this point there. Another off-map combat group has been deployed on out, I think. Nope, he's purchasing another rifleman, not going for off-map combat group. What a good idea to go for off-map combat group. It tends to be cost-effective how much you get deployed out from it. And chances of you getting rifleman squad is very likely. Does have level 2 supply yard. And no supply yard upgrades over here. Trying to decapture this point here. This will give a double capture for the Allies, soon to be triple capture. The Allies may actually pull it out. The VPs are very low for the Axis players. Not as low as the Allies, but pretty low. Over here, Flak 88 getting repaired on up. Rifle squads could try decrewing it. This rifle squad has seen a bit of fire and does wipe out that Luftwaffe ground forces. Luftwaffe squad. Got these 2 Panthers here. Both of them have gotten a good number of kills, but they are, and they're going to push this way forward. Panzer Grenadiers trying to gauge this force at close range. Okay, we see some sticky bombs here. One rifle squad does need to fall back. Almost gets wiped on out. All of these rifle squads are now falling back as well. Iron Fist point up here. Does have a landmine. Does have a 30 cal. German tank and Pershing all repaired up. Has an M10 to support as well.
The enemy is down to 50 points.
Machine gun placement does go down. All Flak 88s are Pentagon crew. They got a fresh one over here. M10 receiving lots of fire there. Henschel straight to support now coming on in. He currently has Allied War Machine available. No, not enough munitions for it. Pershing and Sherman to tank advance forward. Good hits there onto these Panthers. Focusing on this one here. Calliope Barrage raining on in. Getting some good hits there on the Panzer Grenadier. Wipes out the Panzer Grenadiers. Doesn't stop the decapture however. Good to see on both of them. These guys still need some repairs. Next Henschel's coming on in. Pershing may go down. He does have field repairs. He may want to use field repairs. May got destroyed crit there. Does lose the Pershing. The next Henschel straight forward does take out the Sherman tank. Calliope Barrage running on in. Takes out one of the Panthers. The other Panther looks like they get reached by. It does take out the other Panther as well. 30 cal emplacement does go down. Rifle squad is now streaming on in. This VP has been captured, now recaptured and being resecured by a 30 cal emplacement. Over here, you have still a decent amount of force here. Hummel does roll a miss, and looks like he will stop the decapture. He could try scorching it. It can't be avoided losing any more points. Not scorching time. Flak 88 has been recruited. This one of these rifle squads need to start capturing it up. It'd be a good idea to perhaps use both of the wounded squads, honestly.
Enemy unit down.
Over here, Extrader squad doesn't capture this point, and that is going to be captured in favor of the Allies. That's got some good hits there as well. Flak 88 does go down to the Flak 88. This Flak 88 is now receiving fire from the Flak 88.
Enemy is down to 25 points.
Flak 88 does fire shot on Flak 88, but rolls a miss. The Flak 88 does take out the Flak 88. And it's triple capture. That's going to be the end of the Axis players. Suppressive fire ability was utilized on the Fallschirmjäger. And that's the end of the replay. This is Great saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. As the game starts loading, I need to use the restroom. One moment, please. I'm back. My apologies. Let's see now. Delete that replay. Oh, let's just do a 1v1 right now. That'll probably be my last stream for tonight. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Wehrmacht player, we have Sky is the limit. On the north side as US forces, we have 13876650063. Going for our barracks there, going out for more engineers. Down south, we've got these pioneers captured these sectors. More pioneers. Not going for Wehrmacht quarters just yet.
What do you want?
Wait, is he skipping Wehrmacht quarters? No, he's only pulling up 3 pioneers. If you skip Wehrmacht quarters, you usually get like 6 pioneers.
Do you need any construction?
He is skipping Wehrmacht quarters. Okay, with only 3 pioneers. This is a bold plan. Engineers making their way down south. We got this barracks playing our rifleman squad, likely. I think this engineer's trying to... Oh, he's going for a Fort HQ. Okay. That's what he's planning. So he's keeping Wehrmacht's quarters in order to get out of Fort HQ, deploy out assets. Definitely an unusual build order.
We have new weapons.
And now we got the Volksgrenadiers being employed on out. You can perhaps wire off some of these flanks there. I'm pretty sure... yep, that's still traversable. Trying to pull out some sandbags there. People push on forward. We'll find the pioneers. Get some good damage onto him. Pioneers and engineers engage each other. Time old enemies. Time immemorial as long as they've been the time immemorial enemies since the start of the engagement. Jeep pushing pretty heavily forward there. Maybe confers fuse the fact there's a lack of Wehrmacht quarters, but he probably has seen the Fort HQ. Now the engineer squad does fall back. Going out a lot of sandbags there and a lot of wire. Interesting. Another Volksgrenadiers now being employed on out.
Cowards attack our forward base.
Rifleman squad has been employed on the field. Engineers have captured this sector. Nobody's really touched the left side, not even the US player. Either player can send over, well, we do got 1 pioneer to capture those sectors. The US player may want to send over a engineer to capture the sectors as well. Trying to ghost some of these tank traps there, but was unsuccessful of being successful. Now I've got the rifleman squad and pioneers, or engineers, and the Jeep to gun down those tank traps.
Ready.
Volksgrenadiers advancing forward, getting some damage there onto the Jeep now. The Jeep's receiving a bit of fire.
Was jetzt?
Rifleman squad receiving a bit of fire from the Volksgrenadiers. You now have another Volksgrenadiers being employed on the field. With 3 Volksgrenadiers squads, you may want to eye for a forward casualty recovery HQ. That's what's getting a Kampfgruppe Center for some efficiency. Volksgrenadiers engaging the Jeep at close range. Rifleman squad now advancing forward. Got multiple rifleman squads now here, as well as the engineers. This Volksgrenadiers is going to be fighting around this Fort HQ now. And now we got both these Volksgrenadiers deployed down the field.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Tank traps being built now. And over here, you have these pioneers receiving a bit of damage. Keep receiving a bit of fire now. Getting repaired on up.
Volksgrenadier squad at full complement.
Over here, rifleman squad advancing forward, trying to engage these pioneers. They do get the cutoff point, denying the income from this munitions point, and eventually this fuel point as he captures it up. We have a unit inside the building here. Is he eyeing for his own forward HQ? You now have a bunker being employed out here that's likely going to be a casualty recovery bunker. You also have a Wehrmacht landmine. Volksgrenadiers are starting to advance forward, trying to find some good damage onto this rifleman squad. Kampfgruppe Center deployed down the field. Pioneers receive quite a bit of damage. And Pioneers are just running away. Volksgrenadiers push me forward, should be able to force back these engineers no problem. Jeep and Rifleman squads are in this region. They have captured this point here. They could go for a forward HQ. We do also now have Bar Rifleman. Casualty recovery bunker now being employed on the field. And this should net him some Grenadiers very quickly as this fight starts going. Another Volksgrenadier deployed on the field. He has gone for 4 Volks. Comcroft Center was actually cancelled. Rifleman squads are streaming forward. You may want to get one of them inside the garrison. Casualty recovery bunker has been deployed on the field. And the medics are being, one of them has been gunned down. This one's receiving the fire as well. Both medics have been gunned down. He may just abandon the region for the time being and stall it out a little bit. Not exactly a great engagement. Maybe he should also go for the Blitzkrieg doctrine. Because right now, stun grenades could be very, very useful right now. As all 4 Volksgrenadiers in this area. Definitely could use some veterancy.
Yes, sir.
He spent munitions there.
What now? What
I don't
is
see
it?
any MP40 Volks. I don't know what he invested his munitions in.
Do you need any
Losing a
construction?
sector.
There's a Comcroft Center. More of these points be captured by this wounded Pioneer.
Pioneers reporting fuel location captured.
We are ready to close with the enemy.
Volksgrenadiers here do see a bit of fire.
Forward supply lines up.
He does have a lot of sandbags in this region, but the wire is preventing him from using his own sandbags.
We have finished building.
But out of warfare wouldn't hurt either. That does have the skirmish phase complete. No casualties been covered just yet.
What do you need?
Volksgrenadiers receive quite a bit of damage there. Going for Veteran C1 now. Does gun down the medic now. Pioneers are captured this point now. They got this Jeep in this region. Volksgrenadiers advance forward, trying to get some good damage there on this Rifleman squad. And these Volksgrenadiers are now on negative ground. Going to receive a lot of fire from these Rifleman squads. He's going to lose the forward HQ, I have a good feeling.
Too much fire.
Pioneer squad may get wiped out as well. Does get wiped out as well. Does get Veteran C1 now. And finds a landmine there, losing the Jeep. Start decapturing this forward HQ now. This area is still very well entrenched.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
He is going to lose that forward HQ. He's going to let it go down. And guns down that medic as well. He doesn't have anything to threaten this bunker just yet. He may have this engineer upgraded with demolition charges. Looks like not. Volksgrenadiers advance forward, gains some good damage there. Forward HQ has been decaptured. These Volksgrenadiers advance forward. This 2-man squad needs to fall back. He doesn't want to lose that one right now. And all these Volksgrenadiers are just wounded. He needs to spend his munitions on getting them healed up with the medical supplies. Because right now, all these guys have a lot of models, but they're just also wounded.
Volksgrenadiers here.
That's just not good. Alpha Gen will come in handy, that's for sure. But I may want to keep some of these guys reinforced all the way as well.
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Medic charging forward with a casualty. There's a casualty right there. Maybe recover it. Nope, it does expire. Medic does get gunned down once again.
The enemy advances.
Construction complete.
Incoming gunfire.
Volksgrenadier or Rifle Squad does see a bit of damage there. I think there was a landmine there.
Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers here. Volksgrenadiers under fire.
I'm not so sure what he's going to do at the moment. Trying to capture that munitions sector. Engineers have now been upgraded with flamethrower. Pioneers will have trouble trying to disrupt them. Does spot there's a bit of wire there. There's a tank trap in that hole as well.
We cut a pass in the wire.
Bunker will take a bit of time to go down. He has all his Volksgrenadier models here. Medics are both up and going. Does play out a couple landmines there. And fully withdraws these riflemen from the region. And, oh! Grenade Warfare does detonate one of those landmines. If there's another mortar that comes down, that other landmine still could pose a bit of a problem. Does find that landmine, but does save the bunker.
Love the smell of burning Yankees.
Are you done ruining your uniform?
He really should not have abandoned that region. He had such a good position right there.
Fire, my God!
Both Grenadiers do get forced back from those riflemen. Let's get up out Grenadiers. He probably going to upgrade the Panzerschrecks in order to protect them against any vehicles. Supply yard is deployed on the field. No motor pool just yet.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Volksgrenadier reporting territory captured.
Points been captured on up. Volksgrenadiers are advanced on forward. You got another landmine being deployed on out. Does have a good number of riflemen here as well.
It is fit.
Okay, Volksgrenadiers, welcome to the squad. We're taking direct fire.
Back our forward base.
Incoming gun.
Grenadiers and riflemen are engaging at long range. These forces are falling on back. You do now have the medic push away forward. Grenadier squad does get forced on back. This Grenadier squad does get inside the garrison. And Rifle squad is sort of blobbing the way forward. Does have the assault phase complete, so 2-3-4 wouldn't be half bad. May lose his Volksgrenadier squad. Does lose the Volksgrenadier. The medics are charging forward as well, but they'll likely get gunned down.
Cowards attack our forward base.
You have a Wehrmacht landmine here now. This casualty will be recovered.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Rifle squads are blobbing the way forward. The mortar, the Grenade Warfare in this region, it could actually get some good damage there. Goes up some grenades there. Both Volksgrenadier squads do fall back. That was the Grenade Warfare did not fire off any shots there. Another Grenade Volksgrenadier squad will get gunned down.
Our base is under attack. They're losing territory.
I was going for the Sturm Armory. Definitely gonna go for a 2-3-4. You now have a motor pool deployed on the field. Now trying to torch down the rest of this med bunker. Does get that medic killed off. And will find this landmine there. And it could have got more kills there, honestly. All the rifleman squads now falling back. There's still 2 flame engineers and an unupgraded engineer in this region.
Was sind Sie outrage? Orders?
Sturm Armory has been complete. Going for a 2-3-4 now. Landmine has been found. Forces back the rifleman squad.
Yes, Kamerad.
And that Grenade Warfare finds a great hit there on one of those Flame Engineers. All of them now upgraded as well. Volksgrenadiers getting danced around thanks to those Flame Engineers. Now they're pretty stacked on up, but they did not get any kills there. All the Flame Engineers do fall back. Right now, the tickets are in favor of the US player by a small margin. What doctrines the US player has gone for? Nothing at the moment, or nothing visible. And his Grenadier squad will be captured up, or has captured that fuel point. 2-3-4 now is pushing on out. We may have Sticky Bomb research, I can't really tell. And all the rifleman squads do fall back early. Was that a map hack? Why would he fully withdraw right there? He didn't see the 2-3-4. Yeah, he had nothing out there to spot 2-3-4. You now have a fresh Greyhound being deployed on out. Of course, some of the possibilities can get reveal what it is. It's just stuff being ran over, and sounds that could spot something in the distance. Hard to say for sure. You now have another 2-3-4 deployed on the field. There's some landmines deployed on the field by the Wehrmacht player. The US player does not have any mine super engineers, so they could be very useful, especially for some of the blobbing riflemen. A Nebel Warfare wouldn't hurt against that squad, against these forces as well. It gets suppression down, as well as some burn damage. Greyhound does find a couple shots there. Do we see a 50mm upgrade? No, we do not. Do we see a Stuke? Oh, Nebel Warfare, perfect. You could invest some munitions into a 50mm kit and upgrade and engage that Greyhound. A lot of riflemen here. I'll even get some good damage there on the armor of the 2-3-4.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Rifleman squads apparently do not have stick bombs there. It does get hit there on the 2-3-4.
We are losing territory.
Get some good damage there onto that rifleman. Nebel Warfare has been put on the field. Some of those rocket squads can be forced on back. Getting some good hits there on these 2-3-4s, spreading out the damage, however. Three through fours has simulated fire. 5 start hitting these rifleman squads. Volks Grenadiers engaging range. Do we see a Pantrick upgrade? We do see a Pantrick upgrade onto the Grenadier. Grenadier on the 2-3-4. Another one skirmishing along the flanks. Getting some great hits on this rifleman squad. This rifleman squad could get wiped on out. Nebel Warfare barrage ring on in. That rifleman squad does retreat. Make it ran down. Nebel Warfare raining on in. Finds a small hit there on that AT gun. And I don't think all rockets fired. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, all of them fired. There's 3 right there. I only heard like sound effects of like 3 or 4. Engineers trying to lay down some more wire there. As fast firing, getting a good hit there on that Greyhound. Pantrick does roll a miss there. Trying to lay down some landmines there. Does see the good hit there. Now do got a bunker here. That could be a repair bunker, not a casualty recovery bunker.
Grenadiers, listen up. Cowards attack our
AT gun fires some shots there.
ready.
And that should be, yep, a repair bunker.
Veterans engaged.
Vet 1 support units have been deployed on out. Gains efficiency 1 on, let's say efficiency on everything, including light vehicles. This one right now, no Dr. Selected either. Has no reserve of resources. Needs to make sure he gets no supply yard upgrades as well. He definitely does need supply yard research. Not only for the efficiency, but also for just reduced upkeep. Does lose a Volks Grenadier squad there. Nebel Warfare barrage running on in, gets a decent hit down the engineers and on the AT gun.
We have gained momentum on the field.
We're losing territory.
Puma, here. Guns of iron.
Forces are ready for assault.
A has gone for Blitzkrieg and now going for the manpower blitz line, which will perhaps help him deploy a lot of stuff. And right now, the US players have a lot of upkeep, so this would be very helpful indeed. Repair Pioneers getting some good repairs on that 2-3-4. He does find a landmine there with his Greyhound. He doesn't have anything to really kill it off. He could probably hit it with some mortars. Got an AT gun over here, as opposed to 2-3-4, trying to help keep this area secure. Let's go for a second Nebel Warfare, which should be very effective for the opponent's forces. Another landmine detonation somewhere. Not sure where though. Could be a US landmine detonating? Maybe not. Rifleman squad advancing forward. Does find the Pioneer inside the garrison. Grenade Warfare could get some good hits there. Rifleman squad's going straight for the Grenade Warfare. 234 trying to pursue this rifle squad. Does throw a frag grenade there, dealing of pioneers. Warfman barrages raining, or Nebel Warfare barrage trying to rain in over here. He knows the landmine detonated there. This could be some great work. Looks like the rifle squad's the one that found that landmine. He does suppress the engineers. The Greyhound did get repaired on up. And Grenade Warfare gets an excellent hit there. Grenade does connect again against the Pioneers. It's just a Pioneer. You don't need to throw grenades into a garrison for that. Grenadiers receiving a bit of fire there.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Grenadier squad does fall back. 234 gets some good
Losing
hits
a
there.
sector.
Pioneer squad reports.
Replacements have arrived.
Mine detection team.
Pioneers are receiving a bit of fire now, literally. Both Grenadiers get inside the garrison, so they will get splashed down a little bit. And now the Pioneers are receiving all the hits, however. 334 is advancing forward to hit the Flamer Pioneers. Now the Wolf Grenadiers are receiving a bit of hit there. Rifle squad advance forward. Looks like no sticky bomb research just yet. Nebel Warfare is firing on in somewhere. Rifle squad trying to take after this point. Rifle squad see a bit of damage there. He does find a decent hit there onto the M1AT gun, and the barrages are spreading out pretty wide.
Veterans seek gain.
Another barrage over here, forcing back some more forces there, and finds the Greyhound there. Rifle squad to see a bit of damage there. Both Grenadiers are falling back. Both Grenadiers may get wiped out by that Rifle squad. Rifle squad almost got wiped out by the Grenade Warfare.
We can now blitz our resources.
And Manpower Blitz right when he needs it. He can pull out a lot of stuff now.
Be under fire! Loaded for bear!
Grenadiers. Get some AT gun shots there. Does force back the AT gun. Got a stealth AT gun and the 234 in this region. Rifle squad received a bit of fire there. Observation post has been complete. Onto munitions cache. Very nice. Now the Volks or regular Grenadiers eyeing to capture the VP. Over here, 2 rifle squads not fully reinforced. The US player maybe bringing on manpower. Does have supply yard upgrade number 1. He needs to go for the second one. Going for infantry doctrine as well. 234 does receive some fire there. Grenadiers could throw a defensive grenade. And 234 gains some good damage support there. Rifle squad dropped a couple models. Grenadiers just now dropped the first model. Warfare, Nebel Warfare barrage, maybe trying to hit over here. Maybe up here.
Front shifting. Crowds are grabbing territory.
Volks Grenadiers advance forward. Nebel Warfare barrage rolls. Does get a good hit there on the AT gun. Couple good hits there. The Volks Grenadier squad does fall back. 234 on each side of the map. Wehrmacht player has spent his resources and not sure on what more. Grenadiers going for light vehicle veterancy. Very nice. Right now he does have Vet 3 support units. Wait, did one of his Nebel Warfers get decrewed? Yes, it did.
Grenadiers ready!
Veterans
That was
seek
from
gain.
off-map power shoot, wasn't it?
Grenadiers assembled. It is bent.
Grenadiers, listen up!
Rifle squad now receiving some auto cannon fire. Landmine there. Landmine was there. There's another landmine here. Nebel Warfare barrage raining on in somewhere. I think it's more or less a blind barrage. That's the last known location of that AT gun, so I think he's just trying to tell that AT gun's last known location. Get some great hits there. Fresh Pack 38 as well. The Nebelwerfer has been recaptured and pushed away forward. Receiving repairs from Pioneer. AT gun sitting on up. Does not get a shot there on that 234. Does get a shot on that 234, but looks like a rolled a miss. Over here, AT gun advanced forward, firing shots on the Grenadiers. And it looks like Grenadier trying to hit that AT gun. Volks Grenadiers at closer range. Grenadiers over here, same bit of fire, does use another manpower blitz. Going on another AT gun as those Vet 3 light vehicles.
The unit has died.
Let's take out that Grenadier squad, very nice. And right now, going for the Vet 3 light vehicles will be nice for these 234s, but that's about it. Doesn't really need the Pack 38s, he got them out preemptively, but right now his opponent is not eyeing any sort of vehicles. He does have a motor pool. I suppose he can get random vehicles from the off-map combat group. Let's get a good hit there.
The enemy advances.
Rifle squad has picked up that Panther truck now. And this Rifle squad is getting singed by the Nebelwerfer's barrage. MP40 Volks being pulling field. I do love MP40 Volks. Grenadier squad pushing way forward. Rifle squad does fall back. Notice the AT gun will be overrun by the MP40 Volks. Howitzer barrage now raining on in. There's an on-map howitzer now.
Americans are seizing
And it looks like the
territory
MP40 Volks do decrew the M1 AT gun. They perhaps could try fully capturing it. And probably not with all these forces nearby. Volks Grenadier squad does full withdraw from the region. No landmines in its retreat path. That's not Wehrmacht. 334 in this region. May see a Nebelwerfer barrage in this region. Now 2 AT guns now in this region as well. Nebelwerfer is raining on a little bit far back at the battle phase, not complete. He may be eyeing for Knight's Crossholders.
The enemy has 300 points.
But going for Osman wouldn't hurt, but he invested quite a bit into the veterancy of this light vehicle, so I think he's going for Knight's Crossholders right now. 234 does get a main gun destroy crit there. Grenade does connect with Grenadiers as well. We're going to salvage the carcass of the Greyhound.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
You now have this Grenadier is at 14 kills, trying to clean up some of these wall segments. Nebelwerfer barrage raining on in.
Cowards attack our forward.
Looks like it's just generally hitting this area here. There's a landmine there as well. M2 barrage raining on in onto the Grenadier.
The Americans are capturing.
Or onto the AT gun. Does get a shot there.
They defended the fatherland until the day.
Pack 38 may have been decrewed right there. Notice there's all of his Pack 38s. I'm not sure what went down. Grenadiers see a bit of fire there, and the Rifle squad's now efficiency 2. 334 gains good hits there. We've got another AT gun advancing forward.
Yankees are grabbing our
Does roll a
territory.
miss, however. Fire still level 1. The Wehrmacht player has plenty of manpower, plenty of fuel, has Panzer Command deployed on the field. Likely going to see Knight's Crossholders next. The US player has gotten Rangers out available. I got these Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some shots there onto the AT gun. Going for another Greyhound. This opponent has plenty of AT guns for that. Volkswagen is charging forward, trying to get some damage on these forces. He is going for nice crossholders and veterancy 2 infantry. And there goes those Volks Grenadiers. Now the Nebelwerfer has been completed, so he's gotten out for a third Nebelwerfer. Ah, that artillery barrage must have took out a Nebelwerfer. Not sure where his other Nebelwerfer is at the moment. Wait, there it is. The carcass. 254 trying to engage this rifle squad. I still don't know if he has access to his sticky bombs just yet. And he could perhaps kind of salvage up the Nebelwerfer. Grenadiers now trying to engage the rifle at long range. And Nebelwerfer barrage does come down right there, largely missing everything. As crossholders, Emergency 2 pushing forward. It does take out the entire Grenadier there with the M2. As crossholders are falling on back, the Nebelwerfers are reining in a little bit far. And it does get a direct hit there on this rifle squad. And fully wipes out that rifle squad, apparently. Nope, that rifle squad's right there with one model crawling on the ground.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Engineers down to 2 models each, so is the AT gun. Got 234 here, a little bit wounded. He does have the repair bunker still back home, and another bunker being squad out there. Not upgraded with anything just yet. But it's there onto the Greyhound, taking it out. Granada Warfare does get a good hit there on the AT gun.
Field repairs complete.
There it is. Does get a Panzerschreck shot from that rifleman who has picked up a Panzerschreck. Gets enough munitions for manpower blitz, so he's taking enough munitions for the manpower blitz. Bunker not being upgraded anything at the moment. There's a Nebelwerfer barrage in this region, nothing there. Does get a decent Nebelwerfer barrage in this rifleman squad. So he may send his own engineer pioneer right there. Does have a flamethrower. Flamethrower is not currently firing at the moment. Flamethrower is on this model here, which just simply does not have the angle for it. 234 receive a Panzerschreck shot there, destroying the engine and the paint job.
Here.
Listen up. We are ready to close.
The engineers are now going to try to decrew this garrison. There are Veteran C3. Rifle squad moving around. Does get some great damage there on that rifleman. But overall, with 2 members, it's hard to keep that squad alive. Flamer does fall back now. Nice crossroads advance at 4. Trying to get some good damage there on that rifleman. Manpower blitz has been activated. Does overrun decrew the AT gun. That's we upgraded this bunker at the moment. Nebelwerfer barrage pressed behind this region. May wipe out that 2-man squad. Get some good hits on that garrison. The garrison almost goes destroyed. Right there on that rifleman.
Our opponent has
Another
200
Nebelwerfer
points.
barrage in this region, I'm assuming. Does lose 234 there. Trying to salvage some of these wreckages as well. Does find some damage there onto that M1 AT gun. Let's see now. Opponent does. I think he has enough command points for the Alpha Combat Group. I forget exactly how many it takes. Over here, we got the nice crossroads advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on that rifleman squad. May wipe with the rifleman squad. The Axis player does have a good VP lead, but it is shrinking at the moment. This point has been deactivated there. We've got the Flamer Engine Pioneers versus Flamer Engineers. Grenadier to support him as well. Flamer Pioneers need to fall back sooner rather than later. We're seeing a bit of damage. Dude, now the Nebelwerfer barrage raining on in. Nebelwerfer barrage raining on in. May find a hits there on some of these forces. Of course, this barrage always spreads out quite wide. Supposing to miss everything. May singe some stuff that walks over it. Rifle squad now sees a bit of autocannon fire now. Got this AT gun and rifle squad in this region, but not a lot. I think that rifle squad may have been wiped out. No, it does not. Did drop a bar though. Grenadier suit push on forward. Does fall back after receiving a grenade.
Front shifting. Crowds are grabbing
And
territory.
now get this Pioneer decapturing this VP. Auto cannon fire gives some good damage on the Rifleman squad. Rifleman squad should be able to force back the Flamer Pioneer, but this one does get forced back there. Flamer Pioneer needs to fall back. Likely gets wiped out, does get
Enemy
wiped out there.
unit down.
We got Knights Crossroads here, and Nebulor Barrage is running on in. The Knights Crossroads has to get out of that
Infantry
garrison.
squad lost.
There's too many flamethrowers around. Does decrew the M1 AT gun. 234 can advance on forward. Rifle squad could try to capture up the AT gun. The 2 Knights Crossholders in this region. Rifle squad do recapture up that AT gun. This Knights Crossholders may need to use medical crates because they're very, very wounded. Rifle squad's trying to capture this point. Now there's a triple capture in favor of the Axis players. Now do we have a Stu deployed on the field? So needs what, 4 more command points for a Tiger tank? Grenade does connect, does get a kill there. Nebulor Barrage raining on in. Those that took out the Pioneers, which had been repair Pioneers from this bunker. Nope, it was a regular Pioneer squad. Nope, that was a repair Pioneers. We have another bunker right there. This bunker has still not been upgraded. And these combat engineers do fall back now. Grenadiers
Reinforcements ready to
do not
roll.
take out that Rifleman squad. Does have off-map combat group available. Advance forward, so you can get some damage onto that AT gun. Does decrew it. Nebulor Barrage may be raining in this region. Does get a good hit there. Multiple good hits there. And wipes out that AT gun entirely. The gun itself is getting damage over time by the fire. It looks like the T-34 did in fact go down. Nope, it's over here. Another Nebulor Barrage in this region, trying to keep these forces back. And these horses are rotating over around. Rifleman squad is inside this garrison. You got Stu here for defense, so it's not likely able to really push in this sector all too well. You got the 2 Knights Crossholders advancing forward as well. Knights Crossholders are advancing on forward. Stu does find a good shot there on the Rifleman squad. AT gun does roll up bounce there, gets a good hit there, wiping that Rifleman squad. Flamer Street's face force well. Panstruck does get some damage on the 234. 234 so maybe when the shots there on the Flame Engineers. Stu does as well. Both Knights Crossholders falling on back. One model is dropped. Nebulor Barrage running on in. Getting some good damage there onto the AT gun. Good hit there onto the Rifle squad, the Stu. Now we've got an artillery barrage in this bunker here, which does not. Oh, there goes that squad. Nebulor. Artillery still raining on in. Repair Pioneers trying to repair up the 234. Nebulor itself, the gun is fully destroyed.
We're losing territory.
And now the Stu does go down. Looks like a full engine destroyed crit there. That looks also maybe a landmine detonation as well. So he may have detonated one of his own landmines. Stu finds a miss there. We got the full speed Pantrick squad trying to fire. Rifleman squad should try a frag grenade there. Knights Crossholders advance forward. This gets a good hit there. Does get suppressed by the pintle mount. Nebulor Barrage maybe trying to go up here, hit this AT gun. Got this Pioneer and K-34 engaging the engineers. The Rifleman does likely get that AT gun decrewed. Rifle squads receive quite a bit of damage there. Repair Sappers or Pioneers are not in this region. This fire shot there on the cache. These forces try to advance on forward as well.
Secured sector under attack.
These are good hits there on the Rifleman.
present.
The enemy advances.
But it's there. More shots from that garrison. Now the Pioneer Squad is falling back. Down south, we got artillery barrage into this opponent, into his base. Grenadiers do receive a bit of damage there. Next cross on off all their models. Rocket Squad trying to charge it forward, trying to decrew this pack 38. Getting it decrewed is actually fine for the Fairmont Fire. Not doing all too much at the moment. Oh, looks like this M2 does get decrewed by something. This one is still operational. And it's 234 getting some great hits there on these riflemen. Does get another repair station. They finally upgraded that one. As Crossbows and Fates Forward do have off-map combat group 30 cal there. Does get decrewed. This player doesn't appear to have a whole lot of stuff on the field. Actually, absolutely nothing, so he needs to save up for our off-map combat group and does back the game now. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. So as I mentioned beforehand, that's going to be my last cast for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Get